violent crimes against people in America, and then run that in the same way that 13 Reasons Why. I'm sure it would be interesting. I'm sure a lot of people would watch it. The problem is it would probably also lead some young men and maybe women to do the same. Tim Winter, thank you very much from the Parents Television Company.
From the Gallo Archives.
Your official announcement. We're going to run for lieutenant governor. I so enjoyed the 12 years that I've been hired here as Secretary of State. Walking up to the Capitol and looking at the Golden Eagle and everything, I can't believe I still got an office in there. We've enjoyed the things they asked me to do. They wanted us to get business laws straight, and we did that. And they wanted us to run the 16th section land. We did that. We raised $1 billion for public education since I've been Secretary of State. We've acquired about 20,000 acres and an island for public use. We've done the autism bill. I didn't know and I got to do voter ID. We were about the only state that didn't get sued, and the poll showed 81% of the people favor voter ID in Mississippi. I just had my 7th grandchild. They were blessed to name him Howard Delbert Hoseman, and we're also blessed to call him Howard, not so
Gallo Archives. Miss your favorite Super Bowl anytime, where?
Don't miss that.
FM. NewsMS.fm. Your one stop for all the news that matters in the Magnolia State. NewsMS.fm. Everything you need to know at your fingertips. NewsMS.fm.
I'm Stephen Gagliano for News Mississippi. Earlier this week, an explosion in North Mississippi resulted in several injuries. The small explosion occurred inside of the production area of Winchester Ammunition's Oxford plant on Tuesday, and 7 workers suffered minor injuries, with 3 being taken to the hospital. As for the cause of the explosion, reports state that it was likely caused by gunpowder operation.
Procedures and necessary changes will be made.
Paul Gallo. Love him? Hate him? Either way, you'll find it hard to stop listening. Because when Gallo speaks, the entire state listens.
You can't buy this stuff.
The Gallo Radio Show. Mornings on Super Talk Mississippi. Your news when you want it. The News Mississippi app, available for iOS and Android devices. Just search for News Mississippi. That's News Mississippi. That's News Mississippi. Your source for everything happening in your state. News Mississippi.
I'm Greg Bills from Bills Body Shop in Rubel, Mississippi, and I want to fix your car. We've been in business for 40 years in the same location. We're a family-owned business and currently have 3 generations still working under the same roof. If you're ever in an accident, we can tow your vehicle, help you with your insurance claim, get you in a rental car, repair your vehicle, and deliver it back to you in usually under a week. We're located at 501 South Oak Street, Highway 49, Louisville, Mississippi. Give us a call today, 662-756-2745. You won't be disappointed.
Born and raised in the Delta, we get it. We understand your connection to this land because ours is just as strong. It's not only been our home for 7 generations, but the home of those we care about. We value the natural resources of the Delta and the joy they bring to us. Our goal every day is to nurture and protect those as we continue to provide the best services possible to our customers. That's Gresham Petroleum Company, Indianola. Call 887-2160. That's Gresham Petroleum Company.
It's time for Indianola Academy basketball on Super Talk for the Delta. 96.9 FM. Stay tuned for all the action of tonight's game. Now, here's IA play-by-play announcer Watson Cook.
Hello and welcome to Indianola Academy Basketball on 96.9 Super Talk for the Delta. Watson Cook and Luke Hargett with you tonight from Indianola. We join our girls game in progress. The IA Lady Colonels hosting the Kirk Academy Raiderettes. We've got 5:14 to play in the first quarter. Kirk Academy with a 3-2 lead, and now fouled underneath the bucket for the Raiderettes is Anna Kate Burrell. She'll go to the line to shoot 2. We'll set the floor for you, give you the starters here momentarily. That foul on the Lady Colonels placed on Maddie Beth Williamson, her first, team first. And again, Burrell at the line to shoot 2, looking to increase the Raiderette lead here early in this one. 5:11 now to play in the first quarter. Burrell misfires on the first free throw. Luke, good to have you with us this year on Colonel Basketball.
Thank you, Watson. It's my first time ever calling a game, so I apologize if I'm a little off on my words. I'm going to do the best I can, and I'm looking forward to it.
Something tells me you'll be just fine. You come from a long line of radio broadcasters.
Well, I don't know if I can live up to my Uncle Mark and my father Alan, but I'll do the best I can.
Burrell misses both free throws. There was a foul on the rebound called on Elizabeth McElrath. Lady Colonels have it on the other end of the floor. Price misfires on a jumper in the lane. Annabelle Stevens with the rebound. Now a whistle and another foul. This one will be charged to Kirk Academy, who is wearing their road navy blues tonight with white letters, white numbers trimmed in red. Lady Colonels in their home white with black letters and black numbers. The foul placed on Molly Fly, her second personal, team third. Inbound comes in the right wing to Williamson. Lady Colonels have Maddie Beth Williamson, Mallory Price, Avery Daniels, Lizzie Smith, and Annabelle Stevens on the floor as Lizzie Smith knocks down a long two from the top of the key. Must have a toe on the line, like a three from here, Luke, but they call it a two, and that gives the Lady Colonels a 1-point lead, 4-3.
Yeah, great shot there from the right wing by Lizzie Smith. I think her foot was just on the line. Thought it was a three from here, but I was wrong, obviously.
The Lady Colonels up 1-4-26 to play first quarter. Raiderettes bring it into the front court. Macy Hames working the point. She'll give it up out front to Fly. Lady Colonels in a 2-3 zone defensively. Fly looking for the dump off down low. It's tipped, controlled by McElrath on the baseline. Swings it out to Hames. They'll recycle things.
Looks like the Colonels are in a 2-3 zone.
Left side, they get it to Campbell. Thomas knocks down her second triple of the night. She's got all 6 points for the Raiderettes. They're back on top 6-4. Under 3:50 to play first quarter. Stevens sent to the floor, no whistle. Loose ball picked up by Fly. She runs the floor and is fouled on the layup. They call a foul or just say it was tipped out. Going to be no shots here, so they say Stevens just got a hand on it, tipped it out of bounds. It'll be Raiderette basketball. First sub of the night for the Lady Colonels. Jillian Roberts will check in. A junior who wears number 4 is Lizzie Smith will get a breather. On the floor for Kirk Academy, Macy Hames, Molly Fly, Anna Kate Burrell, Campbell Thomas, and Elizabeth McElrath. Inbound to the Raiderettes. They swing it to Hames. Misfires on a 3 right side. Rebound secured by the Lady Colonels. Roberts has it now running down the right side of the floor. Dribbles to the baseline. Cut off there. Loose ball picked up by Roberts. And now taken away by the Raiderettes. Roberts got like in a little too big of a hurry down there as she was cut off on the baseline, and the Raiderettes come away with the steal.
Yeah, Colonels need to just kind of calm down, bring the ball up the court a little slower next possession, to try and cut these turnovers out.
McElrath with a kick out to Thomas, fires another 3, this one in and out. Williamson has the rebound for the Lady Colonels. Lady Colonels working right to left as you look at your radio here in the first half. Williamson settles out front, swings it right side to Roberts. Guarded there by McElrath. Roberts, nice touch pass inside to Price, who goes up, misses the jumper, but she's fouled and will go to the line to shoot 2. Foul is placed on Macy Hames, her first personal, team 4th.
Yeah, great cut there by Mallory Price to get down under the basket. Almost got the and one, but the layup just slightly rimmed out.
Price looking for her first points of the night at the free throw line, puts her first up and in. Makes it a 6-5 Raiderette lead. Price can tie here. Second free throw on the way. This one's good. 2 points for Mallory Price. We're tied at 6. 2:48 to play in the first quarter. Raiderettes work down the floor. Hames drives coast to coast. Her shot partially blocked by Price, and they're going to whistle a foul on Mallory Price, her first personal, team second, and that will send Macy Hames to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, it looked like the Colonels were set up in some type of press right there that the Raiderettes were easily able to break and get a layup. Mallory Price, good job of stepping over and knocking that one out. Unfortunately, got the foul called on her.
Hames at the line to shoot 2. Puts her first up and in. First point of the night for Hames. Raiderettes back in front by 1, 7-6. Mary Linton Davis, a senior for the Lady Colonels, going to check in for the first time tonight. Wears number 15. Also, Lizzie Smith back in the game. Williamson and Daniels get a breather. Second free throw rims out for Hames. Score remains 7-6. 2:38 to play first quarter. Kirk Academy with the lead here in Indianola. Glad you're with us tonight on Super Talk for the Delta. Roberts looking baseline for Price. Steps out. 12-foot jumper good for Price. She's got 4. Lady Colonels back in front. 8-7.
Yeah, that's a great shot from the short corner right there by Mallory Price. Found a little bit of opening and just knocked it down.
Raiderettes break the pressure. Thomas drives right side of the lane. Has it tapped from behind by Davis and out of bounds. Possession will stay with the Raiderettes.
Raiderettes are having little to no problem with this full court press right now.
Inbound comes to Haynes. Fires a long jumper right side. Can't get it to go. Thomas has the rebound. Put back, won't fall. Gets it again. Tries. No. And Stevens comes away with it for the Lady Colonels. Dribbles into the right wing. She's cut off there. Found Price at the right elbow, and she's fouled there. Price will be at the line to shoot 2. Foul. They said the foul was on 11 shooting. They're going to have to get that clarified with the scores table. They'll charge that to Molly Fly, her 3rd personal. We've still got 1:54 to play in the first quarter. Team 5th on Kirk Academy. First free throw from Price rattles in and out. Haley McWhorter going to check in for Kirk Academy. Where's number 34? Fly will have to go to the bench after picking up, again, her 3rd personal, and we're still in the first quarter. Price gets the second attempt to fall. She's got 5 points on the night. Lady Colonels with a 2-point lead, 9-7. 1:50 to play here in the first quarter. And a pass tipped out of bounds again by Davis as Kirk trying to rush down the floor. Raiderettes will have the inbound just in front of the Lady Colonel bench.
Looks like the Colonels are going to set up in a 2-3 zone again here. Mary Linton Davis and Julianne Roberts at the top.
Said Fly went to the bench. That was actually Burrow who went to the bench. So Fly still on the floor with 3 fouls. As McElrath tries a short jumper in the lane, couldn't get it to fall. The rebound's tipped out. They say last touch by the Lady Colonels. What do you think about that decision, leaving Fly on the floor with 3 fouls?
It's risky, considering we're still in the first quarter. You don't really see that very often. You know, she could pick up another one right here and put herself out of the game until the fourth quarter. But I guess they're willing to take the risk, or maybe they're unaware that was put on her, that last one was put on her.
Thomas tried to drive the lane, whistle for the travel. Possession will go back to the Lady Colonels as Stevens works the point. Picked up out front by Fly. If I'm Stevens, I attack right here. To Price, right elbow. Over to Davis, left baseline. Smith puts it on the floor, drives, layup, gets it to fall. Nice bucket there out of Smith. She's got 4. Lady Colonels have their largest lead of the night, 11-7 with 1 minute to play in the first period.
And that was a beautiful move there by Lizzie Smith with the pump fake to get the defender out of her way, and she gets an easy layup out of it.
Once again, as Luke mentioned earlier, the Raiderettes break the press with ease, and Fly driving in for the layup is hacked from behind. She'll go back to the line to shoot 2. Foul will be put on Mallory Price, her 2nd personal, team 3rd. Fly at the line, looking for her first point. It's her first up and off the back iron too hard. Daniels and Williamson back on the floor for the Lady Colonels. Price and Roberts will check out. Also for the Raiderettes, McWhorter back to the bench as Burrow returns to the floor.
Watson, it'll be interesting to see how much longer Coach Hill keeps them in that press, is the way the Raiderettes are breaking it so easily.
Fly hits 1 of 2 at the line, makes it a 3-point Lady Colonel lead, 11-8. Stevens, Buck working down the floor, ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Lady Colonels. Stevens looking for the inbound. It comes to Smith out front to Williamson. Right baseline, another 12-footer rolls off no good. Whistle and a foul on the rebound. This will be charged to Macy Hames, and Kirk Academy crowd none too pleased with that call. That's the 2nd on Hames, 6th team foul on Kirk Academy. Davis with the inbound from the baseline. Got to find somebody. Gets it to Smith in the left wing. Dribbles to the elbow. She's cut off there, and Smith whistled for the double dribble. It'll go back to Kirk. 36 seconds to play first quarter. Lady Colonels with a 3-point lead, 11-8. Lady Colonels stay with the full court pressure. Kirk a little bit tougher time getting down the floor this time, but they settle it to Hames, left corner, and she's whistled for the travel as she tried to get around Williamson and drive baseline. Lady Colonels will have a chance to extend the lead before the end of the first quarter.
Raiderettes now in a press defense as well, trying to create a turnover.
Smith cut off, turnover, as her pass stolen by Thomas, and her momentum carried her into the sideline, so it'll go back to the Lady Colonels. 16.9 seconds left on the clock here in the first period. The quarter will check back into the game. Somebody's got to come out, and they will send Burrell back to the bench. Davis will have the inbound in front of the Raiderette bench. Comes out front to Smith, fires a three, top of the key, way off. And Raiderettes just let it go out of bounds. It'll belong to Kirk with 12.8 on the clock.
Looks like Lizzie Smith just kind of had some pressure coming out on her, and she kind of rushed that shot.
Ames cut off, gets it to fly, and a reach-in foul going to be charged to Annaberry Stevens, her first personal, team fourth. 7.7 seconds left in the first quarter. McElrath will have the inbound from in front of the scores table. Comes into Hames, back to McElrath, clock down to 3. Do the Raiderettes see the clock? I don't know. They go to Thomas, right corner, 3 at the buzzer is good, and that is the third 3 of the night for Campbell Thomas as she hit that one with the first quarter clock expiring, and we will go to the second, tied at 11. You're listening to Lady Colonel Basketball on Super Talk for the Delta.
Delta South Motors of Indianola. Located at 400 Highway 82, Delta South is your new home for quality pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. With affordable pricing and available financing, sales manager Tommy Cook invites everyone to visit him and the friendly staff at their new location in Indianola. Tommy, formerly of Cosman's, has over 15 years experience in sales and service of automobiles in the Mississippi and Arkansas Delta. Remember, Delta South Motors Indianola, your Delta dealer with the better deal.
Right now, 1 in 3 drivers is cruising around in a state of skepticism, wondering how much value their car insurance company is really delivering. If you're one of those, State Farm agent Andy Daniels of Indianola can help you get to a better state of mind. He'll talk with you, listen to you, and he'll put together a policy that has you written all over it. From cost to coverage, backed by 24/7 customer support. Call State Farm agent Andy Daniels of Indianola, 887-1561.
Welcome back. Watson Cook and Luke Hargett with you from Indianola as we get ready to start the second quarter of the Lady Colonels and Raiderettes of Kirk Academy tied at 11. It'll be Raiderette basketball to open the second period, and they will start with Abby Basel on the floor. First time we've seen her tonight, wears number 42. Also Campbell Thomas, Haley McWhorter, Macy Hames, and Molly Fly on the floor. Fly with 3 fouls, and as Luke pointed out during our break off the air, Fly, just an 8th grader, probably can only play 2 quarters, likely why she's still in the game as Fly knocks down a short jumper to open the second quarter. She's got 3 points. Raiderettes back on top by 2.
And that would make sense of the coaching decision to leave her in if she only has 2 quarters of eligibility tonight anyway, because we're assuming that she played 4 in the junior high game. It's a lot more worth the risk to leave her in with 3 fouls.
Sure. The Lady Colonels in the second quarter have Mary Linton Davis, Annaberry Stevens, Avery Daniels, Lizzie Smith, and Maddie Beth Williamson on the floor as inbound from Davis comes to Smith out front. 7:20 to play second quarter. Kirk 13, Lady Colonels 11 as Daniels fires a 3 right side. Can't get it to go. Rebound picked up by Hames. Quickly down the floor to Thomas. She's shown to be a threat from deep. And Basel may have gotten away with a travel there as they found her all alone right side of the lane. She lays it in for her first bucket of the night. Stretches the Raiderette lead to 4. Lady Colonels down the floor. Daniels gives it up to Stevens in the right wing. Picked up there by Fly. To Smith out front. Fires along, too. This one way off. Well, several times tonight we've seen Smith not with the greatest looks. That one may have been deflected, though, as it came out of her hand.
Yeah, it looks like she's just rushing it, kind of forcing it with pressure on her. I look to see her try and get some more open looks because we know she can knock them down when she's open, but it's a lot harder with somebody, standing right there in your face.
Raiderettes down low to McWhorter, dumps it off to Fly, and she's fouled as she goes up. Molly Fly will go to the line to shoot 2. Foul is put on, is that Davis? Yes, Mary Linton Davis with her first personal, team 5th. Fly at the line, her first off the back iron, and no good. 6:36 to play before the half. Kirk Academy with a 4-point lead, 15-11. Fly's second attempt, too hard again, comes in, gets her own rebound, leaves it for Thomas, who knocks down a jumper from the right elbow. That is 11 points in the first half for Campbell Thomas. 6-point lead now for the Raiderettes, 17-11.
And once again, those buckets on that possession there came just strictly off of breaking the press and getting a layup and missing a layup, but, getting foul shots off of it.
Williamson misfires on a jumper right side. A rebound pulled down by the Raiderettes. Thomas works down the floor. Settles top of the key. Swings it right side to Hames. Lady Colonels continue defensively to be in that 2-3 zone. They go to Basil, left side, loses it out of her hand. Stevens comes up with a loose ball, 1-on-2 down the floor. Hangs for a layup basket, good for Stevens. Her first bucket of the night. Cuts the Raiderette lead to 4, 17-13.
Yeah, great steal there by Annabelle Stevens and taking it the length of the court to knock down the layup.
Quickly on the other end, Thomas with her 4th 3-point bucket of the night. She's got 14. Lead is back to 7 for Kirk Academy, 20-13 with 5:24 to play second quarter. Smith looking inside to Davis, puts it up over McWhorter and gets it to roll in. Nice bucket there out of the senior Davis, her first basket of the night. Kirk lead trimmed to 5 once again, 20-15. Fly dumps it off to Thomas, running right side of the lane, and a little runner good for Thomas. Lady Colonels have got to find an answer defensively for Campbell Thomas.
Yeah, Campbell Thomas with 16 right now at 5 minutes left in the first half. Quite impressive from deep and also finishing under the basket.
Price and Roberts back in for the Lady Colonels. Davis and Williamson check out. Earl back in the game for the Raiderettes as McWhorter will get a breather. That pass on the other end actually went off of her face and out of bounds, so she'll get some attention on the sideline. Lady Colonels with the inbound. It comes to Price. Short jumper rolls off, no good, but she'll go back to the free throw line. Foul is put on Anna Kate Burrell, her first, team 7th. The Lady Colonels now in the bonus with 4:53 to play in the first half. First free throw from Price rolls off the right iron, no good. 7-point lead for Kirk Academy, 22-15. Price is second on the way. This one is good. She's got 6 on the night. Cuts the deficit to 6. Hames able to break the press. Layup too hard on the other end. Goes out of bounds. Last touched by Price, I believe. It'll belong to Kirk Academy. You go back defensively, Lady Colonels have got to find something to work on their press because all night long Kirk Academy has been beating it with ease. And then on the defensive end, got to find an answer for Thomas. And
I agree. If I was Coach Hill, I might go with like a box and one. Let Annabelle Stevens man up, face guard Campbell Thomas, and see if your best player against their best player. See if you can stop her that way.
Third personal called on Hames. 8th team foul. That'll put Stevens at the line for a 1-and-1. 4:36 to play second quarter. Kirk 22, Lady Colonel 16. As Stevens knocks down her first, she's got 3 points on the night. 22-17. McWhorter back in. As Burrell will check out. Stevens with another opportunity at the charity stripe. She gets them both. 4 points on the night for the senior Stevens. A 4-point lead for Kirk Academy, 22-18. Now an interception for Price. Near midcourt, drives right side of the lane. Pull-up jumper from 8 feet out. Won't go. Rebound tipped and controlled by the Raiderettes and Campbell Thomas.
And great job there of Mallory Price of creating the turnover. Came up a little short on the offensive end with the jumper, but that's what you're looking for out of the press right there.
And now another steal by Stevens, drives down one-on-one with Haynes. Haynes, and a layup falls for Stevens. 6 points. We're back to a 2-point game. And Coach Chastain of Kirk Academy wants a timeout. We'll take one as well with 4:01 to play second quarter. Kirk 22, Lady Colonels 20. We're back in 30 seconds with Lady Colonel basketball on Super Talk for the Delta.
Uh-oh, Olivia. I scratched the hardwood floor with my truck. Oh, no, Cooper, what are we going to do? Call my pal at Robertson Floor Service.
That's right, Cooper and Olivia. Your PAP at Robertson Floor Service has been serving the Delta's flooring needs since 1992. Call us for an appointment today at 662-887-4477. Tell them, Olivia.
Come to PAP Score. We can. We do. Your hardwood floor. And get a free coat.
Welcome back to Indianola. Watson Cook and Luke Hargett with you. 4:01 to play in the first half. Lady Colonels trailing Kirk Academy 22-20. Largest lead of the night for Indianola. Luke has been 4. Largest lead for the Raiderettes has been 7, if I'm not mistaken. And now the Lady Colonels get that back to 2. It will be Kirk basketball coming out of the timeout. See if any adjustments were made during that timeout. Lady Colonels stick with the pressure defensively. Raiderettes able to break it, get it to Haynes out front. It's picked up there by Roberts. Haynes dribbles right side, cut off there by Daniels. And now whistle for the travel.
Great job by Daniels there. Looks like they Kirk Raiderettes right wing tried to cross over in front of her. She got just enough on the ball to cause a walk there.
3:35 to play second quarter. Lady Colonels down 2 with possession, but now a steal for the Raiderettes. Thomas comes away with it. Works down one-on-one with Price. Hangs for a layup and scores. Campbell Thomas has 18. She leads all scores. Raiderette lead back to 4. And Coach Hill going to talk things over. He was not happy with that series right there.
Yeah, I don't think so. I've just been very impressed with Campbell Thomas. She's been creating stuff on her own. That wasn't even an open layup right there. It was a bad turnover by the Colonels, but once she got down low, she took the contact and finished the layup. That's impressive.
18 first-half points for Campbell Thomas, a 4-point lead for Kirk Academy, 24-20 with 3:23 to play in the first half. We'll remind you we've got Colonel basketball coming up for you immediately following this one. Make sure you stay with us for that. While we've got an opportunity, I want to say thank you to all of our sponsors who allow us to bring you Colonel basketball here on Super Talk for the Delta. We'll have several more broadcasts throughout this season. We'll get those dates to you coming up at the half. Coming out of the timeout, Lady Colonel basketball. Price looking for the inbound. Comes to Stevens, cut off by a double team, back to Price. Now to Stevens, who works into the front court. Drives left side of the lane, hangs for a floater. It's too hard, but she's fouled and will go to the line. That foul put on Fly. That's her 4th, team 9th.
Great job there. The Colonels feeding the press. They moved the ball very well. Got it back and forth and across half court and might get some points out of it.
Stevens knocks down her first at the free throw line. She's got 7. Cuts the Raiderette lead to 3. Second free throw from Stevens, rims in and out. Thomas with the rebound. Quickly down the floor, leaves it up front for Haynes. You know, thinking back, Luke, this Kirk Academy Raiderette basketball team, they've been a AAA powerhouse the last few years, and after the 2018 season last year, they graduated several 3 and possibly 4-year starters, but Campbell Thomas is a name who got playing time with all that group who was contending for overall state championships the last few years, and that certainly shows tonight. She's the leader for this Raiderette team.
Yes, it's been very clear since this game started that she's the leader of this team, and she's proven it tonight.
Smith picked up her first personal on the inbound, a whistle, and ball, I say no foul, ball just tipped out of bounds. The possession will stay with Kirk Academy, who leads at 24-21 with 2:49 to play second quarter. Haynes has it out front. We talked about all the experience lost for Kirk Academy. On the Lady Colonel side, you've only got 2 seniors on the roster, but you look at juniors like Lizzie Smith and Mallory Price, Avery Daniels, they got a lot of playing time last year, so a very experienced Lady Colonel basketball team that's on the floor tonight. Raiderettes passing around the arc. Get it right side to Fly with 2:14 to play second quarter. Raiderettes on top by 3. Thomas dribbles right side, picked up there by Daniels. Gets it to Hames. Now to Basil, drives right baseline. One-handed floater, too hard. Stevens with the rebound.
That was great defense right there by the Lady Colonels.
Stevens in the right corner to Roberts. Roberts looking for Smith at the elbow. Into Price, puts it on the floor. Turnaround jumper right side, won't go. Rebound secured by Thomas. Dribbles top of the key. Finds Hames deep in the right corner. Good pressure there by Smith. Hames able to get it away to Basil. 90 seconds to play in the first half here in Indianola. Basil dribbles out, leaves it for Hames out front. Raiderettes being very patient here these last couple of possessions. Hames out near the center circle, finds Thomas, right baseline, long 2 off the mark. And the rebound is lost out of bounds. Burrow had a hand on it, just couldn't control it.
And pretty good shot there by Thomas again. Just fell short of the bucket, but she was, that was a pretty tough shot. She was pretty contested there.
1 minute to play first half. Lady Colonels with a chance to tie here, but a turnover. Fly picks the pocket of Roberts. Now a tip, loose ball secured by Basil. Back to Fly out front to Thomas. Right side 3 on the way. Off the back iron, no good. One of the few times we've seen her miss tonight as Stevens comes away with a rebound. 38 seconds to play second quarter. Daniels has it out front, swings it left side to Smith. Looking inside, can't find anybody. Back to Daniels, top of the key, in the right wing to Stevens. They go inside to Price. Turn around in the lane, whistle for the travel. I think Price was a little unsure that time. She turned into what was going to be a double team and just lost her concentration there.
I think she was expecting to get the foul call there as well.
Raiderettes will have the inbound. 23 seconds to play in the half. Kirk Academy 24, Lady Colonels 21. Been a good first half here in Indianola. Hames whistle for the travel. Lady Colonels will have another opportunity. This will, I don't know, I'll say the third or fourth consecutive possession where they've got a chance to tie with a 3 and need to make something happen here at the end of the half.
Yeah, they need to at least get a shot off. I think the last 3 possessions they've turned the ball over without even getting a shot up, so see if they can turn this into points right here.
Daniels has it, clock down to 6. Swings it right side to Stevens. Stevens spots up for 3. Ooh, tried the bank a little too hard. Williamson with the rebound. Her putback no good, and the first half will come to an end. We will go to the break with the Kirk Academy Raiderette on top of the Lady Colonels by 3, 24-21. We will step aside, take a 2-minute break, and we'll be back here listening to Lady Colonel basketball on Super Talk for the Delta.
Hi, folks. Brady Smith with Sunflower Lumber and Home Center here to tell you about our company. Since the 1940s, Sunflower Lumber has been in the same location with the same mission we have today. That's customer service and satisfaction to the fullest. Our dedicated, knowledgeable staff is here to work for you, whether adding on to the hunting camp, updating your kitchen or bath, spring cleaning around your property, or replacing your roof. We're your first stop for all your project needs. Stop by today at 204 Highway 82 in Indianola or give us a call at 662-887-1511 and see what shopping local can do for you. That's Sunflower Lumber and Home Center. And go Colonels.
Hey, this is Chris McLean with Indianola Electric. We would like to thank our loyal customers for your continued support for the past 36 years. We are in our second generation operating under the same family for over 3.5 decades. As an electrical contractor, we are here for all of your electrical needs, from service and repair to customized automation and controls. We also have a complete motor shop for new or rebuilt electric motors and generators. Give us a call today at Indianola Electric for all of your electrical needs at 662-887-3292.
An accident in your vehicle is always unpleasant, but getting it repaired doesn't have to be. Scott Lofton and the staff at Indianola Collision will help you through the process. From the insurance company to the actual repairs, we use the best parts. It will make your truck and car look just like new. Our 24-hour record service, a rental car available if you need it, and a skilled, friendly staff make Indianola Collision the #1 destination for body work on your vehicle. We hope you don't need us soon, but we're here when you do. Indianola Collision, Highway 82 East in Indianola. Call us at 887-2000. Some call it low smoke aheadis. Some can't even pronounce it, but everyone agrees that low smoke aheadis has delicious, authentic Mexican food that makes your mouth water. Satisfied customers from all over the Mississippi Delta dine with Juan and his staff every chance they get, and you will too. Low smoke aheadis also has a party room that you can reserve for birthday parties, anniversaries, and just a good time. You won't feel crowded, and the atmosphere is that perfect setting for authentic Mexican food. That's Low Smoke Aheadis Mexican Restaurant, Highway 82 in Indianola.
Welcome back. Watson Cook and Luke Hargett with you here at the half. The Lady Colonels trailing the Kirk Academy Raiderettes by 3, 24-21. And Luke, for the most part, the first half was back and forth. The Raiderettes were able to stretch it to 7 at one point. Largest lead for the Lady Colonels has been 4. These teams have gone back and forth. A lot of turnovers on both sides. But I think the story of the first half has certainly been Campbell Thomas and her 18 points at the break.
Yeah, very impressive outing out of Thomas. 18 points in the first half. I don't know when the last time I've seen that in a high school basketball game was, boys or girls. Very impressive. Be interesting to see how many she ends up with tonight.
Yeah, and 12 of those 18 coming on three-point buckets. You look at the scoring totals, of course, Thomas for the Raiderettes with 18, Molly Fly with 3, Abby Basil with 2, and Macy Hames with 1. So certainly tell outside of Thomas, not a lot of scoring going on for Kirk Academy. For the Lady Colonels, they're led at the break by Anna Berry Stevens. She's got 7 in the first half. Mallory Price right behind her with 6. 4 points for Lizzie Smith, and 2 points each for Avery Daniels and Mary Linton Davis. Again, a 3-point lead for Kirk Academy at the break, 24-21. A reminder, we'll have Colonel basketball coming up for you immediately following this one. Colonels be looking to stay unbeaten in District 1 AAA play as they take on the Kirk Academy Raiders. Next action for Indianola Academy will be next Tuesday night. They'll be back at home to host North Delta, another district matchup. Our next broadcast here on Super Talk for the Delta will be Tuesday, January 22nd, when Bio Academy comes to town. And go back to the last time the Colonels and Lady Colonels faced Bio, I think the Lady Colonels came up just short. The Colonels had one, maybe 2-point win and got that very late. So, could be a good one next broadcast we've got between the Colonels and the Colts. And looking forward to seeing this Colonel Raider matchup coming up. Coach Dennis Sims for Kirk Academy always has his guys prepared. Colonels have had their number the last few years. Just had more athletes on the floor, a little more talent. But the Raiders always well prepared, and it should be a good one coming up here in just a little bit. We've got about 3.5 minutes left in the break here in Indianola. We'll step aside, take another 2-minute break, and we'll come back to get you set up for the second half. It's a 3-point lead for the Raiderettes, 24-21 over the Lady Colonels. We're back in 2 minutes. Lady Colonel basketball on Super Talk for the Delta.
Are you looking for another choice for your prescription needs? Try any of your local Good Neighbor pharmacies and experience the difference your friends and neighbors are already enjoying. Your local Good Neighbor pharmacies serving the Delta with 5 convenient locations. City Drugstore, Hollandale, Cleveland Medical Arts, Cleveland, GMP Pharmacy, Belzona, Yazoo Drug Company, Yazoo City, Magic Mart Pharmacy, Indianola. Your Good Neighbor pharmacy where you get same copay and better service. Experience the Good Neighbor difference. Bring your prescriptions in today. Your local Good Neighbor pharmacies serving the Delta with 5 convenient locations.
David Smith Construction of Inverness is a proud Indianola Academy sponsor. At David Smith Construction, our reputation is building every day. And Coach Tommy Nestor and the Colonels have built a winning tradition that we are proud of. Whether it be commercial or residential, let us take care of your building needs. We've been building for satisfied customers since 1982, and we would love to add you to that list. David Smith Construction is located on Highway 49 in Inverness. Call David Smith today at 265-6060. Proud supporters of Colonel Football, the Tackett family, owners of Heartland Catfish Company, farm 7,200 surface water acres of catfish and 15,000 acres of grain land. That makes us the largest single grower of farmed raised catfish in the U.S. Heartland is committed to supplying our customers with the highest quality farm-raised catfish products. Be sure and eat catfish raised in the Mississippi Delta by looking for the Heartland seal, smooth, clean fillet cuts that meet the highest standards, just like Indianola Academy and Colonel Football. Heartland Catfish, a proud sponsor of Colonel Football.
We're all looking for savings when it comes to buying groceries. But what if there was a store in the Delta where you can get real savings every day? It's Shoppers Value Foods Indianola. At Shoppers Value Foods, we keep it simple. You pay our cost plus 10%. Shelf price 50 cents, add a nickel at checkout. If the shelf price is $1, add 10 cents at checkout. It's really simple. Our cost plus 10%. Shoppers Value Foods, Highway 82, Indianola. We make it simple.
The year was 1953. The average wage was $4,000 a year. Gas was 20 cents a gallon, and Dwight D. Eisenhower became president. And that same year, in the land of cotton, the Mississippi Delta, Abrahams was born. Michael and Helen Abraham carry on the proud tradition of offering the finest collection of men and women's clothing for Indianola and all of the Delta. Jeans from Big Star and Silver, mountain khaki shorts and pants, and Polo and Cotton Brothers for men. For the ladies, shoes by OTBT, Barefoot Dream sweaters, and Carly dresses and tunics. And don't forget Patagonia and True Grit in ladies and men. Proud Colonel Boosters, Abrahams, downtown Indianola.
There's something special about having that trusted friend by you each day. No matter what life brings, he's always there, ready to lend an ear, a smile, and even a helping paw. At Planters Bank, that's what we're here for. We believe in you, and we're cheering you on each and every step. And in the places we can help, we'll be giving you that extra push you need. Planters Bank. Growing together. Member FDIC.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the second half here in Indianola. The Lady Colonels trailing the Kirk Academy Raiderettes 24-21. Should be an exciting second half, back and forth the first couple of quarters. Watson Cook and Luke Hargett with you from Indianola. Glad you're with us tonight on Super Talk for the Delta. Kirk Academy just now making their way back out onto the floor. Give me your thoughts on what those two halftime conversations were between Lady Colonels and for the Raiderettes.
I think if you're Coach Hill, you got to come out and say, let's do away with this press and let's just stay in our zone. I think the majority of the Raiderettes' points have come from breaking the zone and getting layups and free throws. So I think you just stick with the zone and see where that takes you.
Lady Colonel basketball to open the second half. They'll now work left to right as you look at your radio with Daniels, Williamson, Price, Smith, and Stevens on the floor. And a turnover out of the gate. Hames comes up with a steal, drives down the floor. Hames over Daniels. Can't get it to fall. Burrell has the rebound. Her putback won't go. A loose ball on the floor. We've got a whistle and a travel going to be called on Hames. Allie Roberts in the game for the first time tonight for the Raiderettes. Roberts wears number 2. Whistled for the travel. So they've got Roberts, Thomas, McElrath, Burrell, and Hames on the floor as Price with a runner right side can't get it to go. Rebound lost out of bounds. It'll belong to Kirk Academy.
Well, it looks like we opened up the second half the same way we ended the first half with the turnover on both ends of the floor. Colonel's good job there breaking the press and getting a layup that just fell a little short from Mallory Price.
Allie Roberts has it for the Raiderettes as they try to break the press. Daniels now all in the face of McElrath, and Coach Chastain and the Raiderettes going to have to burn an early timeout. They could not get it across midcourt, and Coach Chastain very unhappy on the Raiderette bench. 7:13 to play third quarter. Still a 3-point lead for Kirk Academy. No scoring yet here in the third quarter. You look at the foul situation for both teams. Nobody for the Lady Colonels really in any foul trouble. Mallory Price, the only Lady Colonel with 2 fouls. Smith, Williamson, Stevens, and Davis, each with 1. For Kirk Academy, Molly Fly had 4 in the first half, but as we mentioned, an 8th grader, so she's probably done for the night. Regardless, 3 fouls for Macy Hames, who is on the floor, and 1 for Burrell and 1 for McElrath. Inbound comes to McElrath. Finds Thomas, the center line. They break it across to Hames. Another whistle and another travel. called on Macy Hames. It'll come back to the Lady Colonels.
Looks like the press for the Colonels is starting to come together a little more. That's their second turnover in a minute that they forced out of it. Let's see if they can break the Raiderettes' press now.
Comes to Price in the front court. Whistle and a travel. Boy, the men in stripes are liking that one here early in the second half. So back to Kirk Academy it goes. Hames cut off by Daniels. Now to McElrath in trouble. Back to Hames, still in the backcourt. They get it down the floor to Burrell. It goes through her hands, loose and secured by the Raiderettes. Now they'll settle it to Thomas out front. Leaves it there for Hames. 6:35 to play third quarter. Kirk 24, Lady Colonels 21. Hames dribbles right side, now looks for a pass. Down low, and it's tipped, stolen away by Stevens. Bounce pass down the floor to Daniels. Layup rolls off, no good. Stevens with the rebound. Her putback won't fall. Williamson comes away with it. Her try no good, but she's fouled, and will go to the line to shoot two. Well, several good looks there out of the Lady Colonels. Couldn't come up with anything, but now a chance at the free throw line with Maddie Beth Williamson. Foul was charged to Burrell, her second personal, team first here in the second half.
Great steal on the defensive end by Annaberry Stevens. Looks like she just kind of out-muscled the Kirk Raiderette point guard, I believe it was, and Hames, and just kind of stripped her like a football play.
Williamson knocks down her first and her second. First points of the night for the sophomore Williamson. Cuts the Raiderette lead to 24-23, 6:14 to play third quarter. Boy, and the pressure really getting to Kirk Academy. Another turnover as Hames caught carrying the basketball there. We just lost control as the Lady Colonels have come out here in this third quarter and really turned up the defensive pressure. Smith swings it left side to Stevens. Now back to Smith right side. Wanting to go down low to Price. Can't find an open look. Daniels has it. Now to Stevens. Right wing in the corner to Williamson. Long two on the way. No good. Thomas has the rebound. She's whistled for the travel. Boy, what's the saying? If I had a nickel.
This is like watching a Mississippi State football game with all these turnovers.
Hey, you want to upset some folks. You're talking about a state guy there. Lady Colonels with possession. Stevens has it in the right corner. Smith, cross-court pass in the corner to Williamson. She's bumped there, no foul. Ball goes out of bounds. They say last touch by Williamson. It'll go back to Kirk Academy as Haley McWhorter checks back into the game. McElrath will go to the bench. 24-23, Kirk Academy in front. 5:38 to play third quarter. We've got a good one here tonight in Indianola, District 1 AAA matchup. Lady Colonels looking to get to 500 in district play. Now Smith with a tip and a steal, drives down the floor, hangs for a layup and scores, and the Lady Colonels are back in front. 6 points for Smith, a 1-point lead for IA, 25-24. Quickly down the floor to Roberts, go to the Raiderettes. Her jumper no good, but Thomas fouled on the putback attempt. She'll go to the line, a chance to put Kirk back in front. Foul will be charged to Mallory Price, her third personal, team first.
The Lady Colonels have really turned this press up in this third quarter, creating points and turnovers off of it. I've been impressed at the improvement since halftime with that press.
Thomas knocks down her first at the line. Second went all the way. That one rims in and out. Loose ball on the floor. Price fighting for it along with Burrell. We've got a whistle and a tie-up. Possession arrow will keep it with the Raiderettes. 19 points now on the night for Campbell Thomas. She had 18 in the first half. Price going to get a breather here as she picks up her third foul. Jillian Roberts back in for the Lady Colonels. Tied at 25 with 5:03 to play in the third. Down low to McWhorter. Can't get the short jumper to go. Roberts has the rebound for the Raiderettes. Out of Thomas, outlet pass to Burrell. Out of Hames out front. She'll set things up. Hames cut off out front. Swings it left wing to Roberts. Out of Thomas. Thought about another three. Turned it down. Now Roberts has it out front. Guarded there by Jill Roberts. 4:30 to play, third quarter, 25-25, Lady Colonels and the Raiderettes of Kirk Academy. Robert swings it left side to Thomas, fires a three, leaves it short. Rebound loose on the floor. Thomas comes in and gets it, saves the possession for the Raiderettes. Nice hustle play there. Robert swings it in the right wing to Hames, down low to Burrell. Lady Colonels forgot about Burrell. She was all alone under the bucket. She gets her first points of the night. 2-point lead for Kirk Academy, 27-25.
Good job by the Raiderettes there to keep the ball moving, get the zone moving, and slip right behind the defender, get an easy layup.
Daniels has it, top of the key for the Lady Colonels in the right corner to Roberts. Back to Daniels, now to Williamson at the free throw line. To Smith out front. Left corner, Stevens, dumping inside to Williamson on the baseline. Tried the turnaround, was cut off. Now they get it to Smith in the lane. Turnaround, 6-footer, good, and the foul. 8 points for Lizzie Smith. She'll go to the line for the old-fashioned three. We're tied at 27.
Great job by Lizzie Smith there to finish the about 10-foot jump shot with somebody all over her back.
Foul was put on Haley McWhorter, her first, team second. Smith at the free throw line, puts it up, and a little off. It'll belong to the Raiderettes. Tied at 27, 3:25 to play third quarter. As Stevens going for the steal, sends Thomas to the floor. She'll be whistled for her second personal. Team second on the Lady Colonels. Raiderettes will have the inbound in front of the scorers table. Ames works the point, gives it up out front to Roberts. Back to Hames, left side. Cross-court pass to Thomas in the right wing. They bounce it to Burrell baseline. Kick out to Thomas, three on the way. Rims in and out. Well, that was a good look for Thomas. Just couldn't get it to fall. Lady Colonels come away with a rebound. Williamson drives the floor to Roberts, left baseline. 10-footer on the way and good for Jill Roberts, her first bucket. The Lady Colonels on top by 2, 29-27.
Luckily for the Colonels, Thomas has cooled off just a little bit in the second half.
Yeah, no doubt about it. 18 in the first half for Thomas, and now she's whistled for the travel on the other end. Boy, I know I've said it, you said it, you can't say enough about the adjustment the Lady Colonels have made defensively with their press. Down, 4 at the break, down 3 at the break. And now with a 2-point lead as we're inside 2.5 minutes to play third quarter, but multiple turnovers here in the third quarter for Kirk Academy. Smith drives baseline, aims for a floater, and banks it in. 10 points for Lizzie Smith. Lady Colonels on top by 4 and match their largest lead of the night. Roberts cut off at the center line, gets to Hames. Down the floor to Burrell, left baseline. Kick out to Roberts. Out to Thomas. Right side, dribbles to the free throw line. Cut off there. Well, I've noticed with Allie Roberts, with the ball in her hand for Kirk Academy, the Lady Colonel's giving her a lot of cushion. Must not be known as a shooter from outside. She's had several opportunities, just hasn't put it up. As McWhorter misfires on a jumper, rebound comes in the hands of Allie Roberts. Her putback won't fall, and Williamson comes away with a rebound for the Lady Colonels.
It's a big stop there by the Lady Colonels. Let's see if they can get a bucket here and push this lead to 6.
Smith all alone for 3, right side, turned down the shot, hit Roberts running through the lane. She can't finish. And Roberts comes away with a rebound for the Raiderettes. 1:18 to play, third quarter. Lady Colonels on top by 4, 31-27. Allie Roberts dribbling out front. Swings it in the left wing to Hames. Back to Roberts, top of the key. Out of Hames, left side. They're trying to work McWhorter down low. Lady Colonel's good job denying, and Campbell Thomas again was for the travel, and she just looks over to the bench and says, "What am I doing?"
It looks like they're just kind of catching the ball as both their feet land, and anytime you do that now in high school basketball, they're going to call you for a travel every time. We've seen it probably a dozen times tonight.
McElrath checks back in for the Raiderettes. McWhorter will get a breather. 50 seconds to play third quarter. Lady Colonels with possession. Williamson, a jumper from the free throw line. Off the mark. Thomas has the rebound for the Raiderettes. Going the other way. Spins into the lane. Cut off there. Dumps it down low to McElrath. And we've got a whistle and a foul on the floor. Foul will be charged to Lizzie Smith, her second personal, team third. And quickly, McWhorter back in the game. Burrell will get a breather. Ames will have the inbound from the baseline. Comes in to McWhorter. Kick out to Thomas. Long two. Left side is good for Campbell Thomas. She's got 21. That cuts the Lady Colonel lead to 2, 31-29 with 25 seconds to play third quarter. Roberts has it deep in the left wing. Looking out front for Davis. It's stolen by Thomas. Drives the floor. Layup basket good for Campbell Thomas. She's got 23. Well, you don't want her to get comfortable here as we're tied at 31, 7 seconds to play in the quarter. Williamson brings it down the floor, picks it up out front, fires a three, leaves it short, and it will not be touched, goes out of bounds, and we'll go to the fourth, all knotted up at 31, Lady Colonels and the Raiderettes. Tied after 3 quarters of play. We will step aside, take a 1-minute break, and be back here listening to Lady Colonel Basketball on Super Talk for the Delta.
At South Sunflower County Hospital, Championship Healthcare is always in season. We are invested in being the best hospital for our friends and neighbors and are ready to care for your every need. Complete high-quality care right here in Indianola. From prenatal to adult care, the providers at South Sunflower County Hospital are surrounded with the latest technology, and their compassionate, personalized care gives you that at-home feeling you need and deserve. Closer to family, closer to home. South Sunflower County Hospital, your hometown hospital.
Born and raised in the Delta, we get it. We understand your connection to this land because ours is just as strong. It's not only been our home for 7 generations, but the home of those we care about. We value the natural resources of the Delta and the joy they bring to us. Our goal every day is to nurture and protect those as we continue to provide the best services possible to our customers. That's Gresham Petroleum Company, Indianola. Call 887-2160. That's Gresham Petroleum Company.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. We're tied at 31, the Lady Colonels and the Raiderettes. It'll be Lady Colonel basketball to open the final quarter of play. Coach Allen Hill will send Williamson, Stevens, Roberts, Davis, and Smith to the floor for the Raiderettes. They've got Thomas, McElrath, Ames, Roberts, and Basil. And Basil comes up with a steal for the Raiderettes. Now Thomas will work the point, tied at 31. Just underway in the fourth quarter. Lady Colonels have worked the 2-3 zone defensively all night. That's what they'll stay with here in the fourth quarter. Basil misfires left side of the lane. I don't know if that was supposed to be a shot or maybe she thought McElrath was going to cut to the basket. Regardless, it results in the Lady Colonels with possession.
It kind of looked like she went up for a shot and then saw somebody open and just tried to fire it in there, and then nobody was there.
Jill Roberts has her shot blocked out of bounds, but it belonged to the Lady Colonel.
And Watson, you just kind of get the idea here that this game is going to come down to a final shot or some free throws in the last minute.
Away from the basketball is the Lady Colonel hitting the inbound. Beth Williamson, her second personal, team fourth. Lily Brister has checked in momentarily for the Raiderettes the first time tonight. Bench as McWhorter will come back to the floor. 17 play time. Raiderettes with possession. Across the line, Hames out front. Davis dribbles right side, nearly lost it. Roberts applying good pressure, and now a turnover, but a whistle and a foul. Going to charge that to Lizzie Smith, her third personal, team fifth. Foul on the floor. Raiderettes will have the inbound from underneath their bucket. Comes to Thomas. Short jumper won't go. Gets her on rebound. Loses the handle. Burrell tries a jumper left baseline. Goes off the side of the backboard and into the hands of Davis. And now Davis hacks from behind. by Burrell. That's the third personal on Anna Kate Burrell, third team foul on the Raiderettes. We remain tied at 3-1, 6:40 to play in the fourth quarter. Davis looking inside, goes to Stevens now in the left wing as she drives. She's fouled by Thomas. That's the first personal on Campbell Thomas, team fourth. Valerie Price, Avery Daniels back in the game for the Lady Colonels. Sophie Brister, Allie Roberts back on the floor for the Raiderettes. Price will have the inbound from the baseline. Gets it to Smith, down low, turnaround jumper just outside the lane. Good for Lizzie Smith. She's in double figures. Well, actually, it's her 12th point of the night. She was in double figures. So 12 for Smith, a 2-point lead now for the Lady Colonels, 33-31. That was the first bucket of the fourth quarter. Now Price with the steal, drives down the floor, right side of the lane, hangs for a layup and scores. 8 points for Price, and just like that, the Lady Colonel lead back to 4.
Very impressive steal and then layup by Mallory Price there. You can feel the energy kind of lifting back up into the Colonel crowd now.
And another travel called on Campbell Thomas. The Lady Colonels will get it back, a chance to reach their largest lead of the night. Under 6 minutes to play, 35-31. Lady Colonels on top by 4. Williamson has it in the right wing, guarded there by Brister. Works around, now cut off in the corner. Tries to dump it inside to Price, and Williamson bailed out at the last second. Was about to get a 5-second call. Coach Hill wants a timeout. We'll take one as well. 5:44 to play. Lady Colonels with a 4-point lead. We'll take a 30-second break and be back with Lady Colonel basketball on Super Talk for the Delta.
I'm Greg Bills from Bills Body Shop in Rubel, Mississippi, and I want to fix your car. We've been in business for 40 years in the same location. We're a family-owned business and currently have 3 generations still working under the same roof. If you're ever in an accident, we can tow your vehicle, help you with your insurance claim, get you in a rental car, repair your vehicle, and deliver it back to you in usually under a week. We're located at 501 South Oak Street, Highway 49, Louisville, Mississippi. Give us a call today, 662-756-2745. You won't be disappointed.
5:44 to play in the game. Lady Colonels nursing a 4-point lead, 35-31. Coming out of the timeout, it will be Lady Colonel basketball. Williamson will have the inbound from the baseline. Comes right side to Stevens. Coach Hill asking for a little tempo out of his girls offensively. Williamson fires a 3 out front, leaves it short. And a whistle and a foul on the rebound. They're going to get Lizzie Smith going over the back. That's her 4th. Team 6.
And Watson, great play design there coming out of the half on the inbounds play. Got an open look from the top of the key, exactly what you were looking for there. Just fell a little short of the goal.
Now Stevens with the steal off the inbound, dumps it down low to Daniels. Layup rolls off, no good. Loose ball being fought for. Got a whistle and a reach-in foul. Going to be charged to Annaberry Stevens, her 3rd, team 7th, and that will put the Raiderettes now in the bonus. And you mentioned a little while ago, this game could very well come down to free throws, and now the Raiderettes down 4 with an opportunity to climb right back in it at the free throw line.
I'm not sure what the free throw count has been thus far, but I feel like the Raiderettes have shot at least half a dozen more than the Colonels tonight.
Yeah, I would agree. As Allie Roberts at the line with a 1-on-1 opportunity, can't get the front end to fall. Williamson comes away with a rebound for the Lady Colonels. 35-31, a 4-point lead for IA with 5:12 to play. Stevens drives the lane, and she's bumped there by Thomas. That'll be the 2nd personal on Thomas. Team 5th. Jillian Roberts will check back in. Smith will go to the bench with 4 fouls. Brister returns for the Raiderettes. Hames will check out. Inbound for the Lady Colonels. Price to trigger it in from the baseline. Comes in the corner to Roberts. Left all alone. Steps just inside the arc. Knocks down the long 2. 4 points for the junior Jill Roberts. Lady Colonels with their largest lead of the night, 37-31. And the clock will stop with 5 minutes to play. Is waiting on a Raiderette to tie his shoe.
Great shot there by Roberts. Looked like she was looking to pass to Stevens and realized how much space she had and just pulled up and knocked down the jumper.
Lady Colonel stay with the pressure defensively. Raiderettes able to get it across. Thomas drives in the lane, hangs 1-on-3. Layup rolls off, no good. I don't think that was the shot Coach Chastain wanted. Lady Colonels come away with a rebound. Have possession and a 6-point lead. And as Stevens tries to drive baseline, she went in and made the shot. They're going to call a foul on the floor, though. They'll charge that to Allie Roberts, her first personal, team 6.
Colonels really have a chance here to stretch this lead out to 8 points. That'd be huge.
Price off the inbound, cut off on the baseline, dribbles into the right wing. Gets it to Williamson in the corner. Out of Stevens, top of the key. Picked up there by Thomas. Back to Williamson, right side. Thought about a 3, turned it down. Finds Daniels flashing through the lane. She's cut off. Dumps it out to Price. Little 10-footer won't go, but a whistle and a foul on the rebound. That's going to go against the Lady Colonels. They'll put it on Jill Roberts, her first, team 8. And so again, the Raiderettes needing to take advantage at the free throw line. This time it'll be Sophie Brister at the charity stripe, her first trip there tonight.
Looks like Sophie just kind of put a body on Lizzie Smith right there and kind of pushed her out of the way and drew the foul.
Brister at the line. Her first is up and in. First point of the night for Sophie Brister. Anna Grace Fly has checked in for the first time tonight for the Raiderettes, wears number 5. 5-point lead. Brister looking to make it 4 and does so. Brister hits both at the free throw line, 37-33. Lady Colonels with a 4-point lead, 4:14 to play. Price brings it into the front court, cut off out front, left side to Roberts. Another long 2. This one rolls off, no good. Brister has the rebound for the Raiderettes. Leave it to Thomas, top of the key. Somebody's got to get on her. She'll shoot it from 27 feet. I feel quite confident. Thomas drives left baseline, look for the reverse layup. Stevens got a hand on it, tipped it out of bounds. It'll stay with the Raiderettes. So we're going to see McWhorter and Hames return to the floor. Brister and Fly will check out.
Watson, I think the difference in this second half so far has been the Colonel's ability to shut down Campbell Thomas. 18 in the first half, 4 in the second, 5 in the second.
Yes. Yeah, you're exactly right, because outside of her, the scoring just hasn't been there. Nobody's tried to create as much as Thomas has, and now the Raiderettes down 4, turn it over on the other end. Price comes up with a steal. 4-point lead for the Lady Colonels, 3:25 to play. Price to Stevens, looking back to Price on the give and go, and pass a little too hot to handle, goes out of bounds. It'll belong to the Raiderettes.
I'm impressed by Mallory Price's ability to bring the ball up the court herself. She's single-handedly the last couple possessions dribbled straight through the man-to-man press.
We've got a timeout on the floor. Kirk Academy wants to talk things over. 3:20 to play fourth quarter. Lady Colonels with a 4-point lead, 37-33. We'll step aside and take a 1-minute break and be back with Lady Colonel basketball on Super Talk for the Delta.
Local decisions made by local people. That's what you will get at Community Bank. You've been thinking about switching banks? Now is the time. Community Bank will handle all of your bank switching paperwork for you. We'll assign you your own personal secretary who will handle your former bank account, get you your new checks, fill out your direct deposit forms, and anything else you need. Just remember, we do the switch. You just enjoy Community Bank, a bank like no other. Community Bank, a proud Colonel Booster.
Hey, this is Chris McLean with Indianola Electric. We would like to thank our loyal customers for your continued support for the past 36 years. We are in our second generation operating under the same family for over 3.5 decades. As an electrical contractor, we are here for all of your electrical needs, from service and repair to customized automation and controls. We also have a complete motor shop for new or rebuilt electric motors and generators. Give us a call today at Indianola Electric for all of your electrical needs at 662-887-3292.
Welcome back. Coming out of the timeout, possession belongs to the Raiderettes as they trail Indianola Academy by 4, 37-33, 3:15 to play. Basil able to break the press, gets it across the center line to Hames, down low to Thomas, who was left all alone, and she's got an easy lay-in. 25 points on the night for Campbell Thomas. Raiderettes cut it to 2, 37-35 with 2:57 to play. Daniels at the free throw line, fires a jumper, hits the back iron, rolls off, no good. Roberts with the putback, can't get it to fall, and Basil comes away with a rebound.
Great look there by the Colonels. Avery Daniels with a wide-open mid-range jump shot that just barely rims out.
2-point lead for the Lady Colonels. Raiderettes looking to tie, but a steal by Stevens. Drives down the floor, one-on-one, hangs for a layup basket. Good for Stevens. Gives the Lady Colonels a little breathing room as she's got 9 on the night. The lead back to 4, 39-35. 2:18 on the clock. Thomas whistled for another travel. That's going to be 6 in the second half on Thomas alone.
And she's very frustrated with the call, I think. I kind of feel her pain. I remember getting many of those called on myself and getting many earfuls from several coaches.
Anna Grace fly Sophie Brister back on the floor for the Raiderettes as the Lady Colonels have possession and a 4-point lead, 39-35 with 2:08 to play. Roberts gives it up to Price in the left wing. Now back to Stevens. Coach Hill wanting his girls to be patient, get a good, clean look at the bucket. Under 2 minutes to play now. Lady Colonels working with a 4-point lead. Stevens drives in, kick out to Williamson. Top of the key, picked up there by Brister. Now back to Stevens. Coach Chastain of the Raiderettes wanting to pick up defensive pressure as Stevens misfires on a short jumper. Rebound secured by the Raiderettes. 90 seconds to play. 4-point lead for the Lady Colonels. Kirk Academy with the ball. Thomas has it out front. Swings it in the right wing to Brister. Looking down low to Basil. Wide open jumper down low from Basil. And the Lady Colonels, I don't know if they thought maybe they were just going to keep kicking it out to Thomas, but they lost Basil. She's got 4 points, cut the Lady Colonel lead to 2, 39-37. 1:16 to play. Well, this one, like we said in the first half, went back and forth. Lady Colonels have had the lead majority of the fourth quarter, but now down to 2 with a minute 16 left. How do you see the finish of this one shaping up?
It looks like the Colonels are just going to play it safe, try and not necessarily run the clock, but they're definitely going to be patient on the offensive end. Looks like they're not going to force anything, and the exact opposite for the Raiderettes. They're in complete hurry mode right now. It'll be interesting, though, if they are able to tie the game up here in the last minute to see if the Colonels, kind of pick up the pace a little bit.
2-point lead for the Lady Colonels, 39-37, 1:16 to play. Campbell Thomas leads all scores for the Raiderettes. She's got 25 on the night. Lady Colonel's leading scorer is Lizzie Smith. She's got 12. Out of the timeout, it'll be Lady Colonel basketball with Price, Stevens, Daniels, Roberts, and Williamson on the floor. Raiderettes have Fly, Brister, Basil, Thomas, and Burrell. Price to trigger it in. 1:15 left. Price cut off by double team, gets it to Daniels at the center line into the front court. 1:05 to play, and Daniels going to be fouled out front by Fly. That's the first on Anna Grace Fly, team 7. I beg your pardon, they put that on 42, Basil. Her first, team 7th. Avery Daniels at the line with the 1-and-1 opportunity. The junior puts her first up and in. 3 points on the night for Daniels. Macy Hames will check back into the game. Fly will go to the bench. 3-point lead for IA, 40-37. 1:07 on the clock. Daniels looking to make it a 2-possession game here. Can't convert, though. It remains a 3-point game. Price runs down the rebound for the Lady Colonels. Saves possession. 1 minute on the clock. Roberts has it out front. Leaves it there for Daniels. Inside to Price. Puts it on the floor. She's stripped by Hames. Raiderettes going the other way with 48 seconds to play. Need a 3 to tie it. Hames holds it out front. Now Coach Chastain wants a timeout to talk things over. 42 seconds left in this one. Lady Colonels have a 3-point lead, 40-37. It's a full timeout. Jim, if we can, we'll take a 30-second break and be back with Lady Colonel basketball on Super Talk for the Delta.
Pecans are only the beginning of what you'll find at Indianola Pecan House. Stop in for gift items from your favorite universities, great silver and gold jewelry from designers like Ronaldo, gourmet food items, cupcakes, caramel and pound cake, pecan pies, all made fresh daily. And they also create custom gift baskets for any occasion. Come in and sample their most recent flavors of pecans, crunchy praline popcorn and crunchy praline. Serving pecans around the world for over 30 years from 1013 Highway 82 East. Indianola Pecan House, home of the original praline pecan.
Cooper.
Welcome back.
I spill my juice on the carpet.
What a ball game we've had here tonight. The Lady Colonels and the Raiderettes with 42 seconds to play. Lady Colonels holding on to a 3-point lead, 40-37. It'll be Raiderette basketball coming out of the timeout. Coach Chastain trying to draw something up. You've got to believe for Campbell Thomas in this situation.
Oh, yeah, you know he's going to go to his best player in this situation, down 3. I wouldn't be surprised if they drew something up and she knocked down a shot to tie the game right here.
It'll be Thomas to trigger the inbound. It comes into Hames, top of the key. Clock under 40 seconds. Basil has it deep in the left wing. They leave her open. Her shot blocked by Price. Loose ball on the floor. Basil able to secure it. 28 seconds to play. Lady Colonels up 3. Raiderettes looking to tie. Hames with a triple out front. No. McWhorter puts it back up. Can't get it to go. Daniels comes away with a rebound for the Lady Colonels, and she'll be fouled with 16.7 left on the clock. Foul is put on Abby Basil, her second, team 8. Sorry, that was 24 Thomas, not 42. That is the third personal on Campbell Thomas, team 8. And Daniels back at the line, 1-1. Chance to possibly ice this one, a 3-point lead. The junior puts the first up. It rims off, no good. Hames with a rebound. Raiderettes have a chance. Clock down to 12. Hames has it out front. Gets it to Thomas. Stolen by Roberts. Roberts drives the floor. Hangs for a layup. She's stripped. And will go to the line to shoot 2. Clock stopped with 5.2 seconds left. That'll be the 4th on Campbell Thomas, team 9. Huge free throws here from the junior Jillian Roberts. A 3-point lead for the Lady Colonels, 40-37 with 5.2 left to play.
Roberts can knock these down. She's got a chance to put this game away.
The first is up, and it rims out. No good. McWhorter with the rebound. They get it to Thomas. And they're going to say that was a shooting foul, so Roberts will get another opportunity. Now, here's my question. If I'm Coach Chastain, you got to put time back on the clock, right?
I would agree, and I'm sure we're about to get that argument right now.
There was 5.2, if I remember right. Now it's down to 2.5.
It looks like that's what they're doing right now.
So 40-37, a 3-point lead for the Lady Colonels. Jillian Roberts at the line. She's got one more opportunity coming.
Huge steal by her down the other end right there.
Absolutely. They're going to go trying to get the clock back, I think, to 5.2. And that's what they're going to go with. 5.2, 3-point lead for the Lady Colonels. Roberts at the free throw line with one shot coming, a chance to make it a 4-point lead. Empty lane for the Lady Colonels as Roberts knocks it down. 5 points for her, a 4-point lead, 41-37. Hames throws up a prayer at the buzzer off the top of the backboard. The Lady Colonels survive. And a huge free throw there out of Jillian Roberts to really put it away. Your final score, 41-37. Lady Colonels win it by 4.
Well, it was just like we said. It came down to free throws at the end, and it came down to the last second. Everything what we were expecting out of that one.
What a game by the Lady Colonels. They improved to 8-9 overall. They get to 500 in district play, 2-2 now as they knock off Kirk Academy 41-37. Look at the final scoring numbers for Kirk Academy. They were led by Campbell Thomas. She had 25 points on the night, 18 of those coming in the first half. 4 points for Abby Basil, 3 for Molly Fly, 2 points for Sophie Brister, 2 points for Anna Kate Burrell, and 1 for Macy Hames. For the Lady Colonels, they were led by Lizzie Smith. She had 12 on the night, 9 points for Anna Berry Stevens, 8 points for Mallory Price. Jillian Roberts finishes the night with 5, and, of course, that crucial free throw late to put the game away Maddie Beth Williamson finishes with 2. Also, Mary Linton Davis with 2 points on the night. And Avery Daniels finishes with 3. 4-point win for the Lady Colonels. They win at 41-37 over the Kirk Academy Raiderettes, and again improves to 8-9 on the year, 2-2 in District 1 AAA play. We're going to step aside, take a 2-minute break. When we come back, we'll get you set up for some boys basketball. The Colonels and the Raiders about to go at it. You're listening to Indianola Academy basketball on Super Talk for the Delta.
It's on the carpet. Uh-oh, Olivia. What are we going to do? Oh, no! We can call Pat. He can replace your carpet.
That's right, Olivia and Cooper. Your Pap at Robertson Floor Service has any kind of carpet for those big messes or those little spills to make it all better.
Call my Pat at Robertson Floor Service.
662-887-4477. We can make it all better.
An accident in your vehicle is always unpleasant, but getting it repaired doesn't have to be. Scott Lofton and the staff at Indianola Collision will help you through the process. From the insurance company to the actual repairs, we use the best parts. It will make your truck and car look just like new. Our 24-hour record service, a rental car available if you need it, and a skilled, friendly staff make Indianola Collision the #1 destination for body work on your vehicle. We hope you don't need us soon, but we're here when you do. Indianola Collision, Highway 82 East in Indianola. Call us at 887-2000.
Are you looking for another choice for your prescription needs? Try any of your local Good Neighbor pharmacies and experience the difference your friends and neighbors are already enjoying. Your local Good Neighbor pharmacies serving the Delta with 5 convenient locations. City Drugstore, Hollandale, Cleveland Medical Arts, Cleveland, GMP Pharmacy, Belzona, Yazoo Drug Company, Yazoo City, Magic Mart Pharmacy, Indianola. Your Good Neighbor Pharmacy where you get same copay and better service. Experience the Good Neighbor difference. Bring your prescriptions in today. Your local Good Neighbor pharmacies serving the Delta with 5 convenient locations.
Local decisions made by local people. That's what you will get at Community Bank. You've been thinking about switching banks? Now is the time. Community Bank will handle all of your bank switching paperwork for you. We'll assign you your own personal secretary who will handle your former bank account, get you your new checks, fill out your direct deposit forms, and anything else you need. Just remember, we do the switch. You just enjoy Community Bank, a bank like no other. Community Bank, a proud Colonel Booster.
Welcome back. Watson Cook and Luke Hargett with you from Indianola as we get set for some boys basketball action. Lady Colonels winners over the Raiderettes tonight, 41-37. And now we turn our attention to this IA Colonel basketball team who in recent years, Luke, has really had no trouble running through District 1 AAA play. They've been able to advance in the postseason. This year, the Colonels off to a 5-7 start, but again, unbeaten in district play. They come into this one at 3-0 and look to remain perfect tonight against the Kirk Raiders.
Yeah, I'm excited to see some play out of number 4, Randy Kimball, tonight. Been watching him play ever since he was younger, and this is the first time I've really gotten a chance to watch him this year. I'm ready to see how he's improved from his junior year to his senior year.
And we talked a little bit during the girls' game about there only being 2 girls on the Lady, or 2 seniors on the Lady Colonels roster. You go down this lineup for the Colonels, it's senior laden, and from everything we understand, going to start 4 seniors tonight. And Josh Hill, Stephon Smith, Randy Kimball, and Day-Day Willis. Coach Hill, last time we had a chance to talk before the girls' game, was still unsure about that 5th starter. He's been going with Ashton Powell. From what we understand, he's had some knee issues, and we'll see if Powell's able to go. But a senior group for the Colonels, and you look across, for Kirk Academy, they're senior laden as well with Jake Draper, Alex Cochran, Alex DiPaolo. I know names I've been calling, for several years, and also Alex McDermott, just a junior, but a lot of playing time there. So it should be a really good basketball game coming up, a couple of very experienced teams.
I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Colonels and the Raiders coming up here in just a few minutes from Indianola. We'll step aside, take another 2-minute break. When we come back, we'll give you the starting lineup to get you set for the tip-off. You're listening to IA Colonel Basketball on Super Talk for the Delta.
Proud supporters of Colonel Football, the Tackett family, owners of Heartland Catfish Company, farm 7,200 surface water acres of catfish and 15,000 acres of grain land. That makes us the largest single grower of farmed-raised catfish in the U.S. Heartland is committed to supplying our customers with the highest quality farm-raised catfish products. Be sure and eat catfish raised in the Mississippi Delta by looking for the Heartland seal, smooth, clean fillet cuts that meet the highest standards, just like Indianola Academy and Colonel Football. Heartland Catfish, a proud sponsor of Colonel Football.
There's something special about having that trusted friend by you each day. No matter what life brings, he's always there, ready to lend an ear, a smile, and even a helping paw. At Planters Bank, that's what we're here for. We believe in you, and we're cheering you on each and every step. And in the places we can help, we'll be giving you that extra push you need. Planters Bank, growing together. Member FDIC.
At South Sunflower County Hospital, we are getting patients back into full swing. When you need skilled nursing or rehab after a hospital stay, there's no finer care than South Sunflower County Hospital. Complete high-quality care right here in Indianola. Our on-site swing bed facility offers an individualized, hands-on approach to providing physical, occupational, and speech therapy services with easy access to physicians. Let us help you get back into the swing of things, closer to family, closer to home. South Sunflower County Hospital, your hometown hospital.
Born and raised in the Delta, we get it. We understand your connection to this land because ours is just as strong. It's not only been our home for 7 generations, but the home of those we care about. We value the natural resources of the Delta and the joy they bring to us. Our goal every day is to nurture and protect those as we continue to provide the best services possible to our customers. That's Gresham Petroleum Company, Indianola. Call 887-2160. That's Gresham Petroleum Company.
Welcome back. Watson Cook and Luke Hargett with you. Just a couple of minutes away from the tip-off here between the IA Colonels and the Kirk Academy Raiders. The Colonels come into this one 5-7 overall of the year, 3-0 in District 1 AAA play. And the last outing for the Colonels, they took on the top-ranked team in the state. Heritage Academy came here this past Saturday, and while the Heritage Patriots were without a couple of their starters, Colonel's still able to play them a very good game, only failed by 7, 47-40 the final score. So you look at that, and you look at the last couple of wins for the Colonels, and you get the sense that this team is hopefully hitting their stride as they get into the meat of district play after coming off a long football season, which has been the case for this Colonel basketball team the last few years. Those guys have to come right off the football field straight onto the basketball court. It takes them a couple of games to hit their stride, but you hope we're seeing that now out of this group.
And it's very tough. I remember talking to Stephon Smith several weeks ago, or a couple months ago, actually, and it was just as basketball was beginning, and I asked him, when's the last time you picked up a basketball? And he said, the day before football season started. So, they're probably hopefully getting some of that rust out of the way and getting in the groove of basketball season now.
Give you the starting lineups. We'll start with the visiting Raiders of Kirk Academy, who are in their Navy Road jerseys with white letters and white numbers trimmed in red. Coach Sims going to go with number 5, Chase Rose. Number 10, Alex Cochran. Number 12, Alex McDermott. Number 15, Luke Basil. And number 23, Alex DiPaolo. For Coach Allen Hill and the IA Colonels, who are dressed in their home whites with royal blue letters and numbers, Coach Hill will go with a senior, number 2, Dede Willis. A senior, number 4, Randy Kimball. A senior, number 21, Josh Hill. A senior, number 23, Stephon Smith. And a sophomore, number 24, Ashton Powell. That's your starters for tonight's game. Rose, Cochran, McDermott, Basil, DiPaolo for the Raiders. Willis, Kimball, Hill, Smith, and Powell for the Colonels. Colonels will work right to left as you look at your radio here in the first half. Raiders will work left to right. Should be a fun one. If you missed the girls' game, highly entertaining back and forth. Lady Colonels able to come away with a 4-point win, 41-37. See if the Colonels can get the sweep here tonight over the Raiders. It'll be Rose and Smith to meet at the center circle. Waiting on the officials to say we're ready to play. Ball is up. We're underway. Tip is controlled by the Raiders, and it was Rose who came down with it. We'll have to go again.
Looked like they both missed it on the jump.
Yeah. Ref puts it up. This time we've got a good swipe, and it falls in the hands of Ashton Powell. Colonels will open this one with possession. Dede Willis to work the point. He's picked up out front by McDermott. Swings it in the left wing to Hill. Immediately inside to Smith. Baseline jumper good, and the Colonels on top 2-0.
Stephon Smith went up very strong right there. I expect to see that out of him all night.
Colonels defensively open up in a 2-3 zone. Left side to Rose. They swing it around. 3 on the way. Off the mark. Smith has the rebound for the Colonels. Quick outlet pass to Willis. Down the floor to Hill. Left side picked up immediately there by DePaulo. They go back into Smith. Puts it up over Cochran and gets it to fall. 4 points for Smith. A 4-point lead for the Colonels.
Smith making it very clear early that he's going to be attacking the basket with a lot of force tonight.
McDermott works down the floor for the Raiders. Picked up out front by Willis. 7 minutes to play first quarter. 4-0. Colonels with the early lead. Cochran, left side, DePaulo, 14-footer, rolls out, no good. Smith with the rebound.
DePaulo also letting us know early that he's not afraid to let it fly.
Right.
Fox News, I'm Kathleen Maloney. Protests for and against a border wall as President Trump arrives in McAllen, Texas.
Looking for their first bucket of the night. McDermott has it in the left wing. Picked up there by Powell. Top of the key to Cochran. Raiders being very patient with the basketball. Now McDermott has it deep in the right wing out front to Cochran. Raiders swinging it around the perimeter. They dump it inside to Basil. Turns into Smith. Says, that's not a good idea. Quickly gets it out to Cochran. Cross-court pass, left side to Rose. Pull-up jumper left baseline. Off the left iron, no good. It's tipped up, controlled by Kimball.
It's a good job of the Colonels in that 2-3 zone to protect the middle of the floor and force a outside jump shot there.
Willis dribbling out front, working on McDermott. Looking to set something up inside, leaves it for Powell. Trying to go to Smith. Ball was tipped, controlled by Kimball, left corner. Bullet pass inside to Smith. Bulls his way through a double team, and he's going to be whistled for the charge. That's the right call there. Is well, we saw the first couple of possessions. You talked about Smith using his inside presence. That time he used a little bit too much.
Yeah, it kind of lowered his shoulder a little bit there. You're probably going to get the foul called on you 10 times out of 10 when you go in with your shoulder down like that.
The first personal on Smith, first team foul. We've got a timeout on the floor. We'll keep it here. 5:23 to play first quarter. Colonels with the early 4-0 lead. All 4 points coming out of Stephon Smith. Coming out of the timeout, we'll see the first substitution of the night for the Raiders. J.J. DeGroff is in the game. Wears number 25. Coach Hill will send his starting 5 back to the floor with Kimball, Smith, Powell, Willis, and Hill. Raider basketball coming out of the timeout. 5:15 to play first quarter. Colonels on top, 4-0. McDermott dribbling around out front, swings it left side to Rose. Rose, pull up 3, left wing. This is everything. Hill comes away with a rebound. Willis works down the floor for the Colonels, dribbles left side, works around a screen, drives baseline, now leaves it for Hill in the corner, dribbles in toward the lane, 3 seconds in the lane going to be called on Stephon Smith. The turnover will give it back to the Raiders.
Got a low-scoring game so far, almost halfway through the first quarter, and we've got 4 total points, all of which came from Stephon Smith.
And the Raiders, you can tell, very slow moving the basketball around. Just as I say that, they take a quick shot here with Chase Rose, and he knocks down a 3, cuts the Colonel lead to 1 with every possession prior to that. The Raiders have been very methodical with their passes and very patient. There they take the quick shot, get the 3. Dede Willis drives the lane. Left-handed layup good for the senior Willis. His first bucket. Colonels on top by 3, 6-3. 4 minutes to play first quarter.
Impressive use of the left-hand layup right there by Willis.
Rose feeling it, knocks down another triple, this time from the left side. We're tied at 6. Willis works down the floor, picked up mid-court by McDermott. Willis dribbles into the left wing, finds Powell in the corner. Looking inside for Smith, pass is stolen away. Now loose on the floor. DeGraff's got a hand on it. Now Powell inside to Smith, turns too hard. And the loose ball chased down by DePaulo. Comes down the floor, and they're going to get Powell reaching in from behind. He tried to hold up, but got a little too much there. That's the first on Powell. Second team foul on the Colonels. Will Davis going to check in for the Colonels, the senior who wears number 15. Josh Hill will check out. DePaulo with the inbound from the baseline. Comes to Rose, left side, another 3 on the way. Overshot everything. Davis with the rebound. Quickly down the floor to Willis, has his pocket picked by McDermott, and the Raiders come away with another steal. Boy, Colonels need to clean things up a little bit on the offensive end. Back to Rose, left side, another 3 on the way. This one short. Kimball has the rebound.
Chase Rose seems to have the green light here in this first quarter.
2:50 to play, first period. We're tied at 6. Smith will turn around and jumper in the lane is good. He's got
6 points, I believe.
Yeah, 6 for Smith. Colonels with a 2-point lead, and you hear Smith coming back down the floor telling his guys, hey, feed me, give it to me.
And he's confident in his play down there, and he likes his matchup he has tonight. And I expect him to end up with at least around 20 points, it's looking like.
McDermott out front, dribbling, now picked up, some pressure put on by Kimball. They go to Rose, left side. Rose drives left baseline, puts it up over Smith, kicks, centers, and goes. And Rose has all 8 Raider points. We're tied at 8, 2:10 to play first quarter.
Rose has a nice-looking jump shot, puts a lot of arch under the ball to get it over the high-jumping Stephon Smith and Randy Kimball once it gets down low.
Powell working on Cochran out front. Swings it left wing to Willis. Drives inside, tries the up and under, leaves it short. Rebound tipped out, controlled by Davis. Out of Powell, top of the key. Guarded there by Cochran. 1:40 to play first quarter. Colonels and Raiders tied at 8. Kimball feeds Smith inside. Another short turnaround jumper. This one kicks off no good. McDermott with the rebound. Down the floor to Rose. Wide open 3, right side, leaves it short. And Powell has the rebound. Well, we had a couple of quick buckets, and now about 3 consecutive misses from outside by Rose. On the other end, Colonels whistled for the travel. They'll go back to Kirk Academy. Basil checks out. Jake Franklin in the game for the first time tonight. Franklin wears number 11. Josh Hill back in for the Colonels. Powell goes to the bench.
And, of course, just as we said, it's a low-scoring game. You know, they've rattled off about 12 straight points in the last 2 minutes.
1 minute to play first quarter. We're tied at 8. Rose has it in the right wing, tries to fight through a double team, loses the handle. Kimball to Willis, back to Kimball. Goes in for the layup. No, and a whistle and a foul called from behind. Boy, you've got 2 officials right under the bucket, and the official trailing the play at midcourt is the one that calls the foul. Kirk Academy crowd not happy about that one. They put it on Alex Cochran, his first, team first. Randy Kimball at the line to shoot 2.
Good job by Kimball there, going up strong, drawing the foul, and he just about got the and one.
Kimball taking his time, got to tie his shoes at the charity stripe before he puts his shots up. Seniors first on the way in good. First point of the night for Randy Kimball. Colonels back in front 9-8. Kimball with a second free throw on the way. This one off the right iron, no good. Rebound secured by Rose. 45 seconds to play first quarter. Colonels with a 1-point lead, 9-8. McDermott out front. Now to Rose. They go to the corner to DePaulo. Nothing there as he's looking inside. Dribbles it back out front to McDermott, top of the key, penetrates the lane, pull-up jumper, no good. Kimball has the rebound for the Colonels. Nearly stripped by McDermott. Kimball able to save possession. Hill, quick pass inside to Davis, blows a wide-open jumper, but Smith there for the putback. 8 points for Smith. Colonels with a 3-point lead, 11-8. First quarter clock down to 5. McDermott out front. Clock down to 3, down to 2. He looks up, sees it, fires a jumper at the buzzer, can't get it to go. We'll go to quarter number 2 with the Colonels in front of the Raiders by 3, 11-8 after the first period of play. We'll take a 1-minute break and be back. You're listening to Colonel Basketball on Super Talk for the Delta.
We're all looking for savings when it comes to buying groceries. But what if there was a store in the Delta where you can get real savings every day? It's Shoppers Value Foods Indianola. At Shoppers Value Foods, we keep it simple. You pay our cost plus 10%. Shelf price 50 cents, add a nickel at checkout. If the shelf price is $1, add 10 cents at checkout. It's really simple. Our cost plus 10%. Shoppers Value Foods, Highway 82, Indianola. We make it simple.
I'm Greg Beals from Beals Body Shop in Rubel, Mississippi, and I want to fix your car. We've been in business for 40 years in the same location. We're a family-owned business and currently have 3 generations still working under the same roof. If you're ever in an accident, we can tow your vehicle, help you with your insurance claim, get you in a rental car, repair your vehicle, and deliver it back to you in usually under a week. We're located at 501 South Oak Street, Highway 49, Louisville, Mississippi. Give us a call today, 662-756-2745. You won't be disappointed.
Welcome back. Watson Cook and Luke Hargett with you from Indianola as we start the second quarter of play. The IA Colonels on top of the Kirk Raiders, 11-8. Raider basketball to open the second quarter. They'll send Rose, DePaulo, Franklin, Cochran, and McDermott to the floor. Colonels have Kimball, Smith, Willis, Davis, and Hill. A steal for the Colonels. Down on the other end, Willis, a short jumper from the right wing, can't get it to go. Loose ball on the floor picked up by the Raiders. McDermott dribbling out front. I love listening to Smith on the floor. Nearly got the steal, and a little howl from him.
He's very vocal. I think we see that on the football field as well as on the basketball court.
Absolutely. Misfire from Franklin. Colonels come away with a rebound. Kimball spins into the lane, a little out of control. They're going to call a foul on the floor. Charge it to Alex McDermott, his first team second.
It's like Randy Kimball's a little bit shaken up after that one. Might have caught a finger to the eye, maybe.
Yeah, Willis goes over to check on Kimball. Looks like he'll be okay. DeGraff returns to the floor for the Raiders. As Franklin checks out, Colonels will have the inbound from the baseline. Hill to trigger it in. 7:09 to play second quarter. Colonels on top by 3. Inbound comes to Davis, who got free under the bucket. And the senior lays it up and in. First points of the night for Will Davis. Colonels on top by 5. McDermott slowly works it down the floor. Picked up out front by Kimball. Sets things in motion. Raiders spread the floor. They go to DePaulo in the left wing, guarded there by Hill. Out front to Rose, picked up immediately by Willis. Rose from the top of the key, hits DePaulo at the elbow. Kick out to McDermott. Long 2 on the way, won't go. Rebound secured by Willis. Willis pull up 3, right side, off the left iron, no good. Davis runs down the long rebound in the corner, tries to get it into Hill. And Hill looking to save it, put it on the floor off the baseline, and it goes back to Kirk Academy.
Colonel's going to stay in this 2-3 zone, it looks like.
And making the Raiders get shots from outside. Early on, Rose had the hot hand, but nothing really since about the 2-minute mark of the first quarter is now DePaulo drives in, gets an easy layup, his first bucket of the night, cuts the Colonel lead to 3, 13-10.
Colonel defense is just daring somebody to drive in at Stephon Smith, and that's what they did just there and got an easy bucket out of it.
Now a 5-second call. McDermott applying the pressure to Willis creates the turnover. It'll go back to Kirk Academy. Cochran throws it in from the sideline, comes to McDermott.
Colonels need to just slow it down a little bit on the offensive end, try and find some more quality shots.
McDermott pulls up three, right corner, way off the mark. Davis secures the rebound for the Colonels. Going the other way, Kimball inside to Smith. Turnaround jumper down low, won't go. Willis has the long rebound left corner. Penetrates, pull-up jumper, 10 feet out. Good for Willis. He's got 4, and the Colonels back on top by 5, 15-10 with 5 minutes to play in the first half.
A good little mid-range jump shot by Willis. He got up above the defender, had a little hang time, knocked down a nice little 10-foot jump shot.
Apollo out front, swings it to the left wing to Cochran. Down low to DeGroff. Goes up over Smith, too hard. And a whistle and a foul on the rebound. They're going to get Josh Hill going over the back on the rebound. That is the first on the senior Hill. Third team foul. 5-point lead for the Colonels, 15-10, 4:42 to play second quarter. Apollo will have the inbound from the baseline. Goes out front to McDermott. Willis and Kimball, the defenders, top of that 2-3 zone. Raiders swing it left side to DePaulo, dribbles into a double team, kicks it out to Cochran. Looks to penetrate, one-handed floater in the lane, blocked by Smith. Loose ball down the floor to Willis, goes up for a layup, bucket, and the foul. 6 points for Day Willis. He'll go to the line to shoot one. Foul is charged to McDermott. That's his second personal, team third.
Watson, for about a split second there, I thought we were about to get to see a little dunk. But with the foul, kind of finished the layup, and I guess they count just the same.
And Willis converts the and one at the line. He's got 7 on the night. Largest lead for the Colonels now at 8, 18-10. Ashton Powell going to return to the game. Will Davis will get a breather. And they count the same, but they don't quite get the crowd revved up the same.
I know which one I was hoping for. I was starting to inch out of my seat just a little bit.
8-point lead for the Colonels. Raiders with possession as Franklin back in the game, knocks down a little turnaround jumper middle of the lane, his first bucket. Cuts the Colonel lead to 6. Willis with the bounce pass inside to Smith. Kick out to Hill in the left wing. No look pass back to Smith. Deflected out of bounds. And they say last touch by the Colonels. It'll belong to Kirk Academy. 3:40 to play second quarter. Colonels 18, Raiders 12. McDermott left alone out front. Pulls up for 3. They say a long 2. Had a toe on the line. The Colonels just left him there. He says, I'll take advantage. 2-point bucket for McDermott. Cuts the Colonel lead to 4, 18-14. Now Willis finds an opening through the lane, drives in hard, and he's whistled for the charge. It'll be the first personal on Willis, 4th team foul on the Colonels.
Once again, Willis just going up really strong and unfortunately getting the foul called against him right there. I couldn't see it. All the way on the other end of the court, but I'm sure it was the right call.
The Raiders with a chance to cut further into the deficit, and they do it with DePaulo turnaround jumper in the lane. He's got 4. Kirk Academy has quickly cut it to 2. They're on a 6-0 run. 18-16, the lead for IA with 2:50 to play second quarter.
It was looking like the Colonels were going to go into halftime with about a 10-point lead, but several good possessions and easy shots by the Kirk Raiders, and just like that, we got a great game going in halftime.
Turnaround jumper for Smith on the other end won't go, but he's fouled by DeGroff, and that'll send the senior Smith to the line. First personal on DeGroff, 4th team foul. Smith puts his first free throw up and in. He's got 9 points to lead all scorers. 3-point lead for IA. Smith can make it 4 and does so. Hits both at the line. He's got 10 points. 20-16 is the lead for the Colonels. 2:40 to play second quarter. Coach Hill wants a timeout. We'll take one as well. We'll take 30 seconds to be back with Colonel basketball on Super Talk for the Delta.
Local decisions made by local people. That's what you will get at Community Bank. You've been thinking about switching banks? Now is the time. Community Bank will handle all of your bank switching paperwork for you. We'll assign you your own personal secretary who will handle your former bank account, get you your new checks, fill out your direct deposit forms, and anything else you need. Just remember, we do the switch. You just enjoy Community Bank, a bank like no other. Community Bank, a proud Colonel booster.
Welcome back. Watson Cook and Luke Hargett with you from Indianola. We've got 2:40 to play in the second quarter. A 4-point lead for the IA Colonels, 20-16, as they lead the Kirk Raiders. Coming out of the timeout, it'll be Raider basketball. Rose will have the inbound from the far baseline. Colonels have led by as much as 8 in this one as a bounce pass inside, deflected, stolen away by Smith. Down the floor to Willis. Settles it in the left wing, picked up there by McDermott.
Looks like the Colonels came out of that timeout in a full-court press.
Kimball fires a 3, left corner, can't get it to go. Rebound comes to the Raiders. Now Franklin looking to penetrate, whistled for the travel. It'll go back to IA. Alex Cochran going to return to the game for Kirk Academy. McDermott will get a breather.
I might be wrong, but I believe that's the first travel call we've gotten in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right on Kirk Academy at least, and those mounted quickly in the girls' game. Just under 2 minutes to play before the half. Colonels with possession and a 4-point lead, 20-16. Hill has it out front, drives right side, looks to dump it off to Kimball on the baseline, and pass just off the mark. Kimball couldn't handle it, but it'll go out of bounds and back to the Raiders. Franklin works down the floor, hits DePaulo, tries to drive baseline, loses the handle, then stripped by Smith and out of bounds. It'll stay with the Raiders. Will Davis going to come back into the game. Josh Hill will check out. Coach Hill not happy with the last several passes by Josh. Kind of forcing things inside when he's got plenty of options on the perimeter.
Yeah, he had the right idea. He just barely missed Randy Kimball on that last one as he backdoor cutted.
DePaulo misfires short jumper. Raiders able to save possession with the rebound. 1:23 to play second quarter. Colonels 20, Raiders 16. Rose has it out front. Bullet pass inside to DePaulo. Can't get the jumper under the basket to go. Smith comes away with a rebound. Looking for Kimball inside. I don't know if he was looking for it. Was able to save it, and Kimball throws it away to DePaulo. Works down the floor. Doesn't have numbers. Splits a double team. Goes up for the layup. Can't get it to go. Colonels with the rebound down the floor. Smith, one-handed floater in the lane. No. Willis comes up a little gimpy. Raiders are playing 5-on-3 on the other end. As we got a whistle and a travel. It'll belong to the Colonels, I believe. Willis will have to check out. Hill back in the game.
That was a sloppy last 30 seconds of basketball right there.
Will belong to the Colonels. Josh Hill will have the inbound from the baseline. 46 seconds to play in the half. Colonels maintaining a 4-point lead, 20-16. Inbound comes to Hill. Turnaround jumper good for the senior Hill. He got 4. That stretches the lead to 6, 22-16. 35 seconds to play in the half. McDermott holding out front. Raiders may try for one final shot here.
Looks like they're going to sit on the ball, yep.
And Colonels, right now at least, content to let them do so. Clock down to 15 seconds.
I don't think Stephon Smith or Randy Kimball's come out of the game. I might be wrong, but they look a little gassed to me.
Now, I think you're right. They've both been on the floor for the duration. Clock down to 5. Rose drives right baseline, stripped by Smith and out of bounds. Raiders will have the inbound with 1.3 seconds left on the clock. Plenty of time to catch and shoot. 6-point lead for the Colonels. Raiders would like to cut into that. Inbound comes to Cochran off the hands of Smith and out of bounds. First half will come to an end. 22-16. Colonels will go to the locker room with a 6-point lead. Well, that's not what Coach Sims drew up there to end the half. He certainly would want to get a shot off, and Raiders just not able to do so.
Yeah, but he's got to be pleased with his ball team battling back right there at the end of the half. It could have easily gotten to 10 or 15 at the end of the second quarter, but they did battle back and cut it down to, we got a 6-point game at halftime, so he can't be too upset.
Right. 22-16, your halftime score. Colonels with the lead. We will step aside, take a 2-minute break, and we'll be back here listening to Colonel Basketball on Super Talk for the Delta.
Get ready for the woods at Outlaw Sporting Goods in Greenwood. Find stands, attractants, feed, ammunition, rifles, and shotguns. Outlaw is a certified Benelli dealer. Find boots and clothing from Southern Marsh, Cool, and Drake. We have a wall of handguns, archery range, bows by Hoyt, Elite, and Bowtech, crossbows, youth bows, Rage, broadheads, Yeti coolers in every size and color. Duck hunters, we have decoys, shells, and waders. If you need it, Outlaw Sporting Goods has it. When you leave Outlaw Sporting Goods, you just feel better. Outlaw Sporting Goods, Greenwood.
Right now, 1 in 3 drivers is cruising around in a state of skepticism, wondering how much value their car insurance company is really delivering. If you're one of those, State Farm agent Andy Daniels of Indianola can help you get to a better state of mind. He'll talk with you, listen to you, and he'll put together a policy that has you written all over it. From cost to coverage, backed by 24/7 customer support. Call State Farm agent Andy Daniels of Indianola, 887-1561.
Olivia, what are you doing?
Daddy, I'm dancing on my ceramic floor.
What is that noise now?
Daddy, that's Lottie dancing on the laminate floor.
What are y'all kiddos doing now?
Daddy, I think Cooper's laying a new wood floor. Come buy floors at Robertson Floor Service.
For new floors, come see us at Robertson Floor Service or call us at 662-887-4477.
Pecans are only the beginning of what you'll find at Indianola Pecan House. Stop in for gift items from your favorite universities, great silver and gold jewelry from designers like Ronaldo, gourmet food items, cupcakes, caramel and pound cake, pecan pies, all made fresh daily. And they also create custom gift baskets for any occasion. Come in and sample their most recent flavors of pecans, crunchy praline popcorn and crunchy praline. Serving pecans around the world for over 30 years from 1013 Highway 82 East. Indianola Pecan House, home of the original praline pecan.
Welcome back. Watson Cook and Luke Hargett with you at the half. The IA Colonels on top of the Kirk Academy Raiders, 22-16. The largest lead of the first half for the Colonels was 8, and that was 18-10. And like you said, Coach Sims got to be pleased his guys were able to work it back to 2 just before the end of the half, but the Colonels able to get it back up to 6 at the break. That's where we stand, 22-16. Stephon Smith leading all scorers. He's got 10 on the night. Behind him for the Colonels, Day-Day Willis with 7, Will Davis with 4, and Randy Kimball 1 point at the break. For Kirk Academy, they're led by Chase Rose. He's got 8, 4 points for Alex DePaulo, and 2 points for Alex McDermott and Jeff Franklin. We've seen several substitutions throughout that first half for Kirk Academy, only a couple basically with Will Davis coming in and out for the Colonels. And you mentioned, maybe Smith looking a little gassed toward the end of the first half. Also, Kimball, do you think we might see a little more rotation in the second half out of the Colonels?
I believe we will. Smith, started out strong. They were feeding him early. He got, 6 or 8 points right off the bat, and then kind of slowed down a little bit from there. Only got 2 more points the rest of in the second quarter. If I'm Coach Hill, I'm going into the locker room and I'm saying, let's just slow it down a little bit. We know we can beat them down low with Stephon Smith. Let's get it to our big guys down low, and let's just take our time and not get in such a rush. A lot of their turnovers have come when they're forcing the fast break when they're not needing to.
So just under 3 minutes, or just under 4 minutes, rather, left to go in the half. Colonels on top of Kirk Academy, 22-16. Next action for Indianola Academy will be this coming Tuesday night. Colonels will be back on their home floor to take on North Delta, another District 1 AAA matchup. Our next broadcast here on Super Talk for the Delta will be January 22nd when Bio Academy comes to town. We'll have 2 games for you that week here on 96.9, and also live video stream available tonight as well. I apologize, forgot to mention that earlier. You can go to YouTube.com and search Indianola Academy Sports Network. Now, the live stream is up and running tonight, so again, my apologies. I failed to mention that earlier. I was probably thinking, well, I probably would have liked to have seen that girls' game if you had just mentioned it, but
I've got several buddies tuned in tonight from all over the country. My cousin, a Kirk Academy graduate, Kate Moody, a quarterback from 2011 through 2012, watching tonight from Chattanooga, Tennessee. I guess it's because it's my first time to do this, but my phone's been blowing up ever since I sat down up here.
Well, hey, you learned well from Brady Smith, longtime color analyst for IA football, because he's known to give the shout-outs, and so you got to make sure you get those in. Like you said, that thing's been vibrating all night.
Once you give one, then I'm sure they just start coming in more and more often, so we'll see how that goes.
6-point lead at the half for the Colonels. They lead Kirk Academy at 22-16. We'll step aside, take a 2-minute break, and come back, get you ready for the start of the third quarter. You're listening to Colonel Basketball on Super Talk for the Delta.
Hi, folks. Brady Smith with Sunflower Lumber and Home Center here to tell you about our company. Since the 1940s, Sunflower Lumber has been in the same location with the same mission we have today. That's customer service and satisfaction to the fullest. Our dedicated, knowledgeable staff is here to work for you, whether adding on to the hunting camp, updating your kitchen or bath, spring cleaning around your property, or replacing your roof. We're your first stop for all your project needs. Stop by today at 204 Highway 82 in Indianola, or give us a call at 662-887-1511 and see what shopping local can do for you. That's Sunflower Lumber and Home Center, and go Colonels.
Are you looking for another choice for your prescription needs? Try any of your local Good Neighbor pharmacies and experience the difference your friends and neighbors are already enjoying. Your local Good Neighbor pharmacies serving the Delta with 5 convenient locations. City Drugstore, Hollandale, Cleveland Medical Arts, Cleveland, GMP Pharmacy, Belzona, Yazoo Drug Company, Yazoo City, Magic Mark Pharmacy, Indianola. Your Good Neighbor Pharmacy, where you get same copay and better service. Experience the Good Neighbor difference. Bring your prescriptions in today. Your local Good Neighbor pharmacies serving the Delta with 5 convenient locations.
An accident in your vehicle is always unpleasant, but getting it repaired doesn't have to be. Scott Lofton and the staff at Indianola Collision will help you through the process. From the insurance company to the actual repairs, we use the best parts and will make your truck and car look just like new. Our 24-hour record service, a rental car available if you need it, and a skilled, friendly staff make Indianola Collision the #1 destination for body work on your vehicle. We hope you don't need us soon, but we're here when you do. Indianola Collision, Highway 82 East in Indianola. Call us at 887-2000. Some call it low smoke aheadis. Some can't even pronounce it, but everyone agrees that low smoke aheadis has delicious, authentic Mexican food that makes your mouth water. Satisfied customers from all over the Mississippi Delta dine with Juan and his staff every chance they get, and you will too. Low smoke aheadis also has a party room that you can reserve for birthday parties, anniversaries, and just a good time. You won't feel crowded, and the atmosphere is that perfect setting for authentic Mexican food. That's Low Smoke Aheadis Mexican Restaurant, Highway 82 in Indianola.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the second half here in Indianola. The IA Colonels with a 6-point lead over the Kirk Raiders, 22-16. Watson Cook and Luke Hargett with you. Raiders will open the second half with Rose, Cochran, McDermott, DePaulo, and Basil on the floor. We saw Basil get the start. He quickly went out in the first quarter and hasn't returned to the floor until now. For the Colonels, they will have their original starting 5 of Josh Hill, Dede Willis, Randy Kimball, Stephon Smith, and Ashton Powell. It'll be Colonel basketball to open the third quarter. Colonels will work left to right as you look at your radio. 6-point lead for Indianola Academy. Willis out front, swings it in the left wing to Hill. Quickly go inside to Smith, turn around, hook shot good for Smith, and the second half starts much like the first with the Colonels feeding Smith down low.
And it seems like Coach Hill went into the locker room and said exactly what I said that I would say. Let's get it down to Stephon. We know we have the matchup we like down there. Let's just ride him as long as we can.
Quick foul on the other end. They whistle Willis for his second. Team first in the second half. DeGroff checks in for Kirk Academy. Inbound comes to Rose. Back in the corner to Paulo. Back to Chase Rose. Thought about a three. Right wing, turned it down. 7:30 to play third quarter. Colonels 24, Raiders 16. They go to DePaulo, right corner. One official says 2. The other 2 say 3. Let's see what they put on the board. They're going to give him 3. 7 points for DePaulo makes it 24-19. Hill going to pull up for 3 right side. Leaves it short. Rebound pulled down by Cochran. Go back to DePaulo, right wing. Tries to penetrate the lane. Loses the handle. Ball loose on the floor. Willis comes away with it. We saw Willis go out of the game late in the second quarter with looked like an ankle injury. Glad to see him back on the floor here to start the second half. Nice look pass inside from Kimball to Smith. Can't finish at the rim, and both Smith and Kimball kind of growl with frustration there. Boy, beautiful pass. Good look for Smith. Just couldn't convert. And on the other end, ball lost out of bounds. Kimball pleading his case with the official.
Yeah,
will remain with Kirk Academy.
Looks like Alex Cochran just kind of sneakily stuck his foot out there and kept Kimball from going to get that ball, and Kimball's got a couple of choice words for him.
6:24 to play third quarter. Colonels with a 5-point lead, 24-19. Raiders with possession. McDermott dribbles right side of the lane. Pull-up jumper over Smith. Rolls off. No good. Smith comes away with a rebound. Willis works down the floor. Puts the Colonels in motion. Pulls up, left elbow. Swings it to Hill, left corner. Cross-court pass to Powell. Drives right baseline. Now pulls up, short jumper, won't go. Smith with the rebound, puts it up over a triple team. He's stripped. Comes up with the loose ball. Feeds Kimball in the lane. Drives in. Can't get his jumper to go. And Basil comes away with a rebound. A lot of elbowing going on down low, but no whistle. Now Rose fires a 3 left side. Can't get it to go. Gets his own rebound. Drives baseline. Pull up 8-footer. Good for Chase Rose. 10 points for Rose. That cuts the Colonel lead to 3, 24-21 with 5:23 to play third quarter. And Coach Sills wants a timeout. He'll take a 30. We'll take a 30. We'll take 30 seconds if we can, Jim, and be back for Colonel basketball on Super Talk for the Delta.
Proud supporters of Colonel Football, the Tackett family, owners of Heartland Catfish Company, farm 7,200 surface water acres of catfish and 15,000 acres of grain land. That makes us the largest single grower of farm-raised catfish in the U.S. Heartland is committed to supplying our customers with the highest quality farm-raised catfish products. Be sure and eat catfish raised in the Mississippi Delta by looking for the Heartland seal, smooth, clean fillet cuts that meet the highest standards, just like Indianola Academy and Colonel Football. Heartland Catfish, a proud sponsor of Colonel Football.
Welcome back. 5:23 to play third quarter. Colonels holding on to a 3-point lead over the Kirk Raiders, 24-21. Watson Cook and Luke Hargett with you from Indianola. Glad you're with us tonight on Super Talk for the Delta. We're going back to that last couple of possessions down on our end of the floor. A lot of elbowing from Kirk Academy. Interesting, and it's mostly been on Randy Kimball. Going to see if he can keep his composure here as we go throughout the second half.
And I will say, been watching Randy Kimball play sports for a long time, and I know he's matured a little bit, but I know 2 years ago he would have already lost his cool by now, so it's interesting to see how he has matured.
Colonels with the basketball coming out of the timeout. Josh Hill whistle for the travel out front. Doesn't like the call. It'll go back to Kirk Academy. 5:07 to play in the third. Raiders with the chance to tie on this possession. Colonels up 24-21. McDermott out front. Just dribbling in space. Willis and Kimball letting him dribble now. They feed Rose left baseline. High jumper. Good for, I beg your pardon, that's Ken Cochran. First bucket of the night for Alex Cochran. Cuts the Colonel lead to 1. 24-23. Willis working on McDermott, picks up the dribble, finds Powell out front. Nice pass in the lane to Willis, cutting to the basket. He lays it up and in. He's got 9. That's Colonels back in front by 3, 26-23.
That was a great pass there by the sophomore, Ashton Powell.
Just over 4 minutes to play third quarter. Cochran has it out near the center line. Goes left side to Rose. Pull up three. No good. Left that one well short. And Smith flashes in to get the rebound.
It'll be interesting to see Chase Rose, see how he gets himself back involved in this game. He started out with the first 8 points of the game. I've got him down for 10 right now, so I expect as this game gets down the stretch for him to start letting them fly a little bit more like he was at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, he got hot early, hit a couple of quick threes, and like you said, had the first 8 points of the night for Kirk Academy. Colonels have kind of contained him since then, and not sure what the stop and play was for. Officials chatting with some youngsters over in the Colonel crowd.
I think they let a ball fall on the court. I believe that's Will Davis's little brother.
Always in on the action.
Always.
3:33 to play third quarter. Colonels with possession and a 3-point lead, and a turnover as Powell tried to force it inside to Smith. Threw it into traffic.
Bad force there. Smith is getting double teamed down the block, and Ashton Powell tries to force it. That's just him being a sophomore. He'll grow out of that.
Cochran feeds Rose out front. Raiders again being patient with the basketball. McDermott to Rose in the lane. Kick out right wing to DePaulo. Now drives, splits a triple team, throws it right into the hands of Smith. Smith racing down the floor, hangs for a layup. Basket good for Smith. He's got 14 to lead all scores. Colonel stretched the lead to 5, 28-23. Largest lead of the night has been 8. And now another steal on the other end. Kimball comes up with a loose ball. Down the floor to Willis. He's whistled for the travel. He just lost control. On the corner and a little bit ahead of himself there and now took too many steps.
Control coming down the floor with a full head of steam. Being able to finish that layup on that last possession.
5-point lead for the Colonels, 28-23 with 2:19 to play third quarter. McDermott feeds Rose in the left wing. Got a Cochran right side, back out front to Rose. Thought about a three, turned it down, then takes another and buries it. Chase Rose with 13 points on the night. Cuts the Colonel lead to 2, 28-26, just under 2 minutes to play in the third period.
Just like we said, he's going to find a way to get himself back in this game.
Big touch pass inside from Tyler to Willis, who rolls it up and in. Willis has 11, Colonel lead back to 4, 30-26. And Coach Academy won't take timeout. 1:40 to play in the third quarter. Colonels lead it by 4, 30-26. We'll take 30 seconds and be back for basketball and Super Talk for the Delta.
I'm Greg Bills from Bills Body Shop in Rural, Mississippi, and I want to fix your car. We've been in business for 40 years in the same location. We're a family-owned business and currently have 3 generations still working under the same roof. If you're ever in an accident, we can tow your vehicle, help you with your insurance claim. We're located at 501 South Oak Street, Highway 49, Louisville, Mississippi. Call today, 662-756-2745. You won't be disappointed.
For the night, 1:40 to play in the third quarter. Colonels leading Kirk Academy 30-26. Timeout. This will be Raider basketball. The majority of this in the largest lead has been 8. They've cut it to 2 several times here in the third quarter. Have not been able to take the lead.
Seems like every time the Colonels get it to about 6 or 8 points, the Raiders come storming back. Cut it to 2, 4. Looking to tie it up here before the fourth quarter.
Rose has it in the left wing, feeds to Paulo, left baseline, drives in for the floater, can't get it to finish. Rolls off, Kimball with the rebound, behind the back dribble down the floor. He's cut off by a double team. finds Powell flashing through the lane. Nice move to avoid contact, and the sophomore finishes the layup. His first bucket of the night.
Great job of Powell there, running the floor behind the basketball, and if you run the floor, the ball is always going to find you. So easy 2 points right there for Powell.
1 minute to play in the third quarter. Colonel's up by 6, 32-26. And DePaulo had a strip by Powell, goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Raiders. Alex Cochran will check back into the game as Franklin will check out. DePaulo will have the inbound just in front of the Raider bench. It comes to McDermott in the left wing. Out front to Rose, left alone, another three. This one off the front iron, no good. Willis has the rebound. Beats Powell. Now in the left wing to Hill. To Smith, down low, got around his defender, puts it up and in, and the foul. Well, when you've got the body type of Stephon Smith and then you've got the basketball ability that he does, it's very hard to stop him down low.
He's very controlled under the basket with his body, uses his body to move the defender out of his way without getting a foul called. And on that one, I mean, falls to the floor and still finishes the basket. It's very, very impressive.
Foul charge to Luke Basil, his first personal, team first on the Raiders here in the second half.
Looks like it's going to take a minute to wipe up all the sweat off the floor from Stephon Smith there.
He'll have one shot coming at the free throw line, and he puts it up and in. Well, you talked about how vocal he was. Never stops running his mouth and having quite the conversation with teammate Randy Kimball, even as he put that free throw up there. Gotta love Smith.
Reminds me of somebody I know. It's not my brother.
17 seconds to play third quarter. Colonels have stretched the lead to 9, their largest of the night. And a turnover on the other end. Colonels will get it back, a chance to extend the lead even further here at the end of the third quarter. Willis letting the ball roll, unaware that the clock had already started, but hey, you got to like the way he was thinking. Powell has it, right wing, 3 seconds left, out to Hill, three on the way, rims in and out, no good. And the third quarter will come to an end. Well, Hill had a good look there, just couldn't get it to fall. The Colonels will go to the fourth with a 9-point lead, 35-26 over Kirk Academy. We'll take a 1 minute break and be back with Colonel Basketball on Super Talk for the Delta.
Delta South Motors of Indianola. Located at 400 Highway 82, Delta South is your new home for quality pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. With affordable pricing and available financing, sales manager Tommy Cook invites everyone to visit him and the friendly staff at their new location in Indianola. Tommy, formerly of Cosman's, has over 15 years experience in sales and service of automobiles in the Mississippi and Arkansas Delta. Remember, Delta South Motors Indianola, your Delta dealer with the better deal.
Right now, 1 in 3 drivers is cruising around in a state of skepticism, wondering how much value their car insurance company is really delivering. If you're one of those, State Farm agent Andy Daniels of Indianola can help you get to a better state of mind. He'll talk with you, listen to you, and he'll put together a policy that has you written all over it. From cost to coverage, backed by 24/7 customer support. Call State Farm agent Andy Daniels of Indianola, 887-1561.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter underway here from Indianola. The IA Colonels with a 9-point lead over Kirk Academy, 35-26 as McDermott drives the lane. His shot rejected by Smith. Loose ball falls in the hands of Cochran. Raiders keep possession. Now as he drives baseline, a whistle and a foul down low. Charge that to Josh Hill, his second personal, team second. Foul on the floor. DePaulo has the inbound from the baseline. It comes to Rose. Fires a three right side off the mark. Kimball gets the rebound for the Colonels.
Looks like Kimball's jersey's ripped straight down the middle. I don't know if that just happened or if it happened earlier.
Yeah, you're right. I have not noticed that as Smith hits another jumper in the lane. He's got 19 to lead all scorers. Colonels with their largest lead of the night, 37-26. Bullet pass inside. They were looking for DePaulo. Powell stole it away, but then couldn't handle it. Whistled for the double dribble. goes right back to Kirk Academy.
And Powell knew he did it as soon as it happened. He kind of made a face and clapped his hands together. He knew that he had accidentally touched it with both hands before he put it back down.
DePaulo with the inbound finds a wide-open Cochran in the corner, turn down the three. Go back to DePaulo, flashing through the lane. Ball is stripped loose on the floor, picked up by Powell. Colonel's racing the floor, 3-on-2, dumps it for Kimball. Puts it up right side of the lane, can't get it to go, and the rebound lost out off the baseline. Last touch by Powell. It'll go back to the Raiders. Well, you've got an 11-point lead with under 7 to play. You trying to slow things down, or you just keep doing what's been working for the Colonels?
I think you have to slow things down a little bit. The turnovers are almost always coming off the fast break when there's nothing there and they're trying to force it.
McDermott knocked down a jumper on the other end. He's got 4. That cuts it to 9 with 6:24 to play, 37-28. Powell with a nice pass, feeding Willis, flashing through the lane. He's fouled as he goes up. For a bigger pardon, no foul. We'll just say deflected and out of bounds. Hill will have the inbound from the baseline. Comes in to Willis underneath the bucket, lost it momentarily. Kimball able to save it off the floor. Behind the back pass to Willis in the corner. 3 on the way, rims in and out. Cochran has the rebound. He loses it to Smith, finds Kimball all alone under the bucket, and he lays it up and in. 3 points for Kimball. The Colonel lead is back to 11.
Beautiful pass by Kimball there out to Willis in the corner. If he would have been able to knock down that 3, that would surely have made some highlight reels.
Misfire on a 3 on the other end from DePaulo. Colonels race down the floor. Kimball settles it in the right wing, picked up immediately by McDermott. Out of Powell, right elbow, turnaround jumper, no, but he's fouled. And we'll go to the line to shoot 2. Foul is put on Alex Cochran, his second personal, team second. Sophomore Powell at the line tonight, already with 2 points. Puts his first up and in.
Really hadn't been too many free throw shots tonight when you think about it. It's been pretty steady play compared to the girls' game, at least.
Yeah, I've got the Colonels with their 3rd made free throw, or beg your pardon, their 4th. Now Powell off the mark with his 2nd attempt. 12-point lead, 40-28 with 5:35 to play. Colonels in front of the Raiders. As Rose can't get the jumper to go on the other end, gets his own rebound, puts back up and in. 15 points for Rose, cuts the Colonel lead to 10. Well, you think the Raiders would pick up the urgency a little bit defensively, still very much in this game.
Seems like if the Colonels wanted to, they could almost run the clock.
Yeah. Willis off the mark on a jumper. We've got a whistle and a tie-up on the rebound. Possession arrow will give it to the Colonels. Will Davis back into the game. Powell will get a break. Hill will have the inbound from the baseline. Comes to Willis on the low block. Puts it up, no good. Rebound tips up. Smith and Basil fighting for it. Stefan, I love listening to it.
They got a little tangled up there, and Stefan ended up on top.
Yeah, not a good position for Luke Basil to be in, but Stefan comes up saying, hey, we're cool, we're cool.
You won't find this Luke in that position.
4:51 to play. Colonels on top by 10, 40-30. Raiders with possession. Rose left alone for 3 right side and buries it. That cuts it to 7. 18 points on the night for Rose. He leads the Raiders in scoring.
Chase Rose has a very smooth jump shot. He's been fun to watch tonight.
Kimball cut off in the right wing, throws it in the lane, and throws it away. DePaulo with the steal, racing down the floor. Doesn't have numbers. He'll back it out, leave it for McDermott. Top of the key, 3 on the way, rims in and out. Willis has the rebound. 4:10 to go. Colonels on top by 7, 40-33. Need a clean possession here. Raiders, you don't get points. You like to burn a little clock, and just like that, another turnover. Hill throws it away, looking for Kimball across court.
Way too much behind that pass right there. Raiders look like they've picked up the defensive urgency like you were talking about earlier. They were pretty tight right there all across the board, forcing that turnover.
And now on the other end, they give it right back. McDermott was looking baseline. Nobody was home, so miscommunication there out of the Raiders. But the Colonels will get it back up 7 with 3:45 to play. See if they want to chew a little clock here.
That has to frustrate Coach Sims. You're, down 7 late in the fourth quarter. Your best shooter right now, Chase Rose, has a hot hand. You're just trying to probably find a good shot for him, and you throw the ball straight into the wall back there by the concession stand.
Yeah. Coach Hill won't say timeout, and I'm guessing you're going to talk to his guys about, hey, we've got to be clean, we've got to be patient. Got a 7-point lead with 3:39 to play. Want to be very crisp with the basketball here, not do anything silly.
Yep.
As, again, these Colonels looking to go 4-0 in district play. With the win here tonight, we get them to 6 wins overall on the year, but I got to finish this one out. Still plenty of time for Kirk Academy. 3:39 left to play. A 7-point lead for the Colonels.
And if I'm Coach Hill right now, I'm telling my guys, we don't need to. There's no need for us to shoot this basketball until we get inside. 3 minutes, 10 seconds. We need to run at least 20, 30 seconds off the clock right here.
Inbound comes to Willis in the backcourt, picked up by a double team. And Willis called for the travel. Coach Hill not happy, telling his guys, hey, you got to go help there. You got to realize he's cut off by a double team. It creates a turnover. And so now the Raiders with another opportunity to cut into this lead. Rose pulls up for 3. That was a deep 3 out front. Off the back iron, no good. Kimball has the long rebound. 3:20 on the clock. Colonels up 7, 40-33. Franklin will go out, put some pressure on Willis. Swings it in the right wing to Hill. Now top of the key to Davis. To Kimball, right side. Willis out front, guarded by Franklin. Near steal, ball loose on the floor. Willis able to save it. And now whistle and a travel. Boy, that's second or third time here in the last minute or two that Willis has been called for the travel. It'll go back to Kirk Academy. Like you said, it's going to be very frustrating for this Kirk coaching staff. They're getting opportunity after opportunity here late in this game and haven't been able to get this thing inside 7. We'll see what they do here as McDermott dribbles top of the key, finds DePaulo all alone. Down low, he lays it up and in. 9 points for Alex DePaulo. They cut it to 5, 40-35 with 2:40 on the clock.
That's a blown defensive possession by the Colonels right there, giving up an easy layup. Looks like they might be getting gassed again, kind of like they did at the end of the first half.
Davis drives inside. Ball was stripped. Willis comes up with it. Left side, short jumper, kicks, centers, and goes. 13 points for Willis. Colonels needed that bucket. Puts them back up by 7. 2:18 to go. Rose quickly on the other end. Fires a 3 left side. Rolls off, no good. The Colonels come away with a rebound.
Chase Rose taking a couple of deep shots here late in the fourth quarter. I don't know if his coach likes that. He's been the hottest shooter of the night by far, so he might not mind it, but I'm sure he's hoping that he'll get a little bit better look.
Colonels with a bad turnover as Willis was looking for Kimball. Nobody was home. They go to the other end. Rose misfires on a 3. Colonels get it back, and another turnover as the Colonels just not communicating with the basketball. Smith goes up looking for a block. He was called the foul. Now whistled for a technical. And that's not what you can't have that happen. Up only 7. We're inside a minute 45 to play, and Kirk Academy about to have 4 shots at the free throw line.
Yeah, Stephon Smith goes up and makes an incredible block, gets a piece of the backboard as long as a piece of the ball, and great block, but mouths off like we were talking about earlier, and they're going to pay for it.
So Alex McDermott will be at the line. He'll shoot the technical free throws first and can't get it to go. Misfires on his first attempt. Boy, if you're the Raiders, you've got to take advantage here. Second free throw by McDermott is up and good. He's got 5 points on the night. That cuts it to 6. Now Rose will shoot 2 free throws.
They must have called a foul on the shot that we called was a block.
Yeah, well, Smith was whistled for the foul, then through the technical.
Okay.
And now Rose misses his first attempt. Second free throw on the way from Rose is good. So Raiders hit 2 out of 4 there. Had a chance to cut it to 3 instead. Still a 5-point lead for the Colonels, 42-37, with 1:41 to play, and they'll keep possession with the technical foul. So Smith now with 3 fouls on the night, including the technical.
Smith went up with such force on that foul that he got a piece of the backboard. It looks like some of the rubber is coming off the side of the backboard. I don't know if I've ever seen that.
Apollo will have the inbound, comes to Rose, right corner, 3 on the way, rims in. Chase Rose has 22 points, and the Raiders have cut it to 2 with 90 seconds to play, 42-40. Colonels have got to be better offensively. There's no other way to put it, as last few possessions have just resulted in silly turnovers. Smith has it in the right wing, picked up there by Basil. Now Kimball has it top the key, clock down to 1:10, and Kimball on an elbow to the face there. They'll whistle Rose with the foul.
Fox News, I'm Kathleen Maloney. President Trump's former personal attorney, Michael Cohen, will testify before the House Oversight Committee next month.
The American people all have an opportunity.
And again, 42-40, Colonels with a 2-point lead. We'll take 30 seconds and we'll be back with Colonel Basketball on Super Talk for the Delta.
Uh-oh, Olivia. I scratched the hardwood floor with my truck. Oh, no, Cooper, what are we going to do? Call my pal Suit Robertson Floor Service.
That's right, Cooper and Olivia. Your pap at Robertson Floor Service has been serving the Delta's flooring needs since 1992. Call us for an appointment today at 662-887-4477. Tell them, Olivia.
Come to Pep Score. We can. We do. Your hardwood floor. And get a free coat.
Welcome back. Watson Cook and Luke Hargett with you. Going to be an exciting finish here from Indianola. A 2-point lead for the Colonels, 42-40, with 1:11 to play in the game. Kirk Academy on a 12-2 run. Colonels led, like you mentioned during that break, with about 3:45 to play. They led it 40-28. And now the Raiders have cut it to 2. It'll be Colonel Basketball coming out of the timeout. Hill, Smith, Kimball, Davis, Willis on the floor. Inbound comes to Willis, out front.
This is a huge possession for the Colonels if they want to win this basketball game.
Kimball has it now on the right wing, works around Smith, drives baseline, layup won't go. Smith with the rebound and the putback. 21 points for Stephon Smith. Colonels backed up by 4, 44-40. 48 seconds to go. Rose pulls up for 3, left side, spins around the rim 2 or 3 times, and finally rolls in. He's got 25. That cuts it to 1. 35 seconds to play. Hill to Davis, baseline. Kicks it out to Kimball, now to Willis, top of the key. Clock down to 28. To Hill in the left wing. He's fouled there by DePaulo.
Good Coach Hill, you got to find a way to get the ball to Stephon Smith down here right now. Got 21 points on the night. Next highest is Willis with 13. You got to get him the ball and let him win this game for you right here in the last 30 seconds.
Foul was charged to DePaulo, his first personal, team 4th. Coach Sims wants a timeout. It's only a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. 27 seconds to play, a 1-point lead for the Colonels that just over 3 minutes ago was a 12-point lead. Give credit to Kirk Academy for finding their way back in this one. Colonels had a couple of very sloppy offensive possessions that kind of catapulted this Raider comeback attempt. And now the Colonels clinging to life with 27 seconds to play. They'll have possession coming out of the timeout, leading by 1, 44-43.
And I got to give credit to Chase Rose once again. I mean, I think he had about 12 points earlier when we mentioned him, and I said if they're going to come back in this game, he's going to have to heat up. And he's done just that. He's sitting with 25 right now.
Yeah, 17 of those in the second half. Inbound comes to Kimball out front, back to Hill. Clock down to 22 seconds, and Apollo whistled again for the foul, his second, team fifth.
Looks like Coach
one
Sims,
more to give.
Looks like Coach Sims decided we're just going to foul, and see if they can beat us at the free throw line. That's probably what I'd do as well.
Hill looking for the inbound. It comes to Kimball. Raiders looking for the foul, and finally going to get one. DePaulo goes into the seats trying to get in to foul Willis. Or no, they're going to say no foul there, just deflected. Wow. So still 5 team fouls on Kirk, 19 seconds to play. Colonel's in front by 1. Willis has it top of the key, and he's fouled there. They'll charge that to Cochran, his third, team 6. Colonels will have the inbound with 16 seconds to play, leading by 1.
Colonels are going to have to make a pair of free throws here in a minute that are going to be pretty important.
Davis on the inbound looking for Willis. A tip stolen by Cochran. Raiders with a chance to win it. 12 seconds to play. 44-43. They go to DePaulo in the right wing. Clock down to 6. To Rose. Drives through the lane. Up and under over Smith. Rolls off. No good. Davis has a rebound. Clock will stop with 0.2 seconds left. Wow. Davis will have a 1-and-1 on the other end. And really, regardless of what he does here, 0.2, there's not much time for the Raiders to do anything. But they had a golden opportunity.
Raiders can't really ask for much more than that. They had the ball in their best player's hand. They got him a look from about 8 feet out, and he just barely missed it, a little too hard off the backboard.
So the Colonels with a 1-point lead, 44-43. Will Davis at the line to shoot a 1-1 with 0.2 seconds on the clock.
That was about an inch away from being a heartbreaker for the Colonels.
They have led pretty much throughout as Davis misfires. The clock doesn't start. Officials blow it anyway. So ball game, they cannot get a shot off. So I don't know that I've ever seen that.
I was just about to say the same thing.
The Colonels.
I've never seen an official call the game with 0.2 seconds left because he knows they can't get a shot off.
Wow. So this one goes final 44